Listen, that's the way you. No one can hear you unless you turn it on.
That's why I have you there. Turn it on. Hello.
Bro.
Hello.
Bro.
It's okay. It works.
Okay. What the fuck was that? A cat? oh, we got people people in the green room, please lower your volume.
It's me. I gotta lower.
Did you just scold everybody right now?
I didn't scold anybody. I just said a little while ago, everyone needs to mute their phones. That's what I said. I didn't scold anybody.
You said it so nicely.
I didn't.
Yeah, you said it so nicely.
Oh, Dios mío.
Ay, Dios. Hi.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. I need to put this here because the table's too far.
What are you pointing at?
Hit a button.
Hit a button? You want me to hit a button? Jeez, I don't hear it either.
Ooh, I hear. What's all that clapping?
Oh, you hear clapping? Like that?
Nope.
What's the difference?
No.
Oh, I didn't hear it, but whatever.
Not like that.
Hey, good evening, everyone.
Welcome.
Coach Nelco, Maquejode.
What is this clapping? No. Yeah. What was
You're
that?
off. It's one of the buttons.
It's not like that. It's like a screaming. It's not even clapping.
No, I don't know. You get over it. It's
Were
off.
you listening
It's
to it?
not. No, I don't hear it.
Why you don't hear it?
Because I'm special. It's only for you.
You have shit up in my ears. And you don't
Yeah,
have
it's
shit
only
in
it's
your
for
ears?
you. It's for you.
Anyway.
To give you kudos all the time. Kudos
Good
all the
evening.
time.
Good evening.
Kudos every time. Wow.
Good evening.
I hear myself so clearly. Let me lower my voice.
Sasha's on. Hi, Sasha. How are you?
Sasha, look at her shirt.
How come I sound like echoey?
I don't know. You mean crystal, like clear? Not echo?
I said echoey.
I don't know.
There's a difference between echoey and crystal clear.
Oh, so you hear clear. Do you hear that?
That's
No.
echoey.
Okay, do you hear the...
Let me drink because
Word.
esto me tiene a mí bien mal ya. Ya mal, me tiene mal.
We're doing good, fam. We're doing good. It's
We're
hot as
doing
balls out
good.
here.
It's hot everywhere. Oh, thank you, Cammie. Yeah, you know who got it for me, right? Just take a wild guess who got me this shirt. How's everyone doing tonight? It's Sunday. It's been hot as ass outside. What's hot as ass?
I wouldn't know. You're the one that said it.
Hot as, because there's a lot of people out there with some hot asses. No, it's been, I didn't say nalgas.
Come on, everybody's taking their hand and put it in their butt cheeks.
Who's doing that?
When it's really hot as balls. That's another phrase. What's hot as balls?
Swamp ass. Hot. That's called swamp ass.
That's
I learned that from my colleague at work.
Oh, okay.
Swamp ass. Right. That's swamp ass.
I'm gonna say y'all look good on Facebook. I don't know who your cameraman is, but he did it.
You got we're frozen on FB. Sasha said. Frozen on FB, so we're having technical difficulties on FB.
Yeah, but that's just the FB crap.
Well, Sasha's letting us know.
Okay.
If our audience is letting us know that there's technical difficulties,
it's not frozen because I'm watching it.
It's her.
I'm sorry, internet. Sasha, but you know, there's 2-1. You got 2-1.
Sasha, Cablevision sucks.
2-1. Wow. 2-1. Más que jode. You're still más que jode.
Whatever.
Who else is on FB? Is it who's on FB? Who's on IG? I know Sasha was on, Cammie's on.
Who's on MOP?
Hi Bronx Persona, how are you?
That's Nubia.
Why you gotta be shouting people's names out? Call them out by their name on the platform.
You shouted her out last week.
No,
yeah,
I said,
did.
do you know who that is?
Yes, I said, yeah.
No, you said I do, and you were like, no, I really don't.
You said her government name.
I did not say her government name.
You said her government name.
Sasha says that it keeps freezing here, and there's a delay.
The delay is always going to be a delay.
It was never a delay
yes,
before.
Yes, it was.
She never complained about a delay. She's always been on the show.
Listen, Super Mega Producer, can you please tell her about the technical aspects of the show, please?
I will refrain from that conversation.
Okay.
Any IT technical conversations with Mia, I will stay away from.
Okay, got it. Absolutely.
That is why he's the Super Mega Producer.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't get complicated with technology. I really don't, so and I don't fight technology.
Then. Don't ask.
You. Yo, I need like a fly swatter, so every time you say some shit, I can swat your ass. Wait, that's what I really need. I want to get violent right now. Facts.
You see?
Facts. Violent. I'm not gonna lie. Who
look
else?
Look what I got for you.
Oh, you brought me back. Yep.
Puñeta, eso duele. That shit really hurts.
Puñeta se hace, no se dice.
Alright. Fabi, here.
Is it?
Come here. So
Why are
let me
you
show
shouting her out?
She
Why are
said
you shouting
no.
her out?
Oh my God, yo, can you just
Like you just.
let people live, bro? Free will.
Why
Let
are
me do
you?
what I want to do.
Why are you throwing everybody
I don't
under the bus
understand.
today?
Holy cow! I'm not throwing anybody under the bus.
Anyway, how is everyone doing tonight? We'll wait. We'll wait for a little while. We only have 2 people on FB, and there are
Oh, I wanted
8 people, 6 people.
I wanted to do
5
TikTok
people.
live. We gotta do that.
TikTok.
Yeah, we're gonna put it on.
Oh,
live.
TikTok, your ass is on TikTok. TikTok, need
Wow,
TikTok.
you real violent today. What?
Why
the
do you
hell?
want to do TikTok?
Live?
My question was, why do you want
Why
to
not?
do TikTok?
Why not?
It is a question. Answer the question.
It is one of
And
those.
why do you have your tablet like you're gonna play games?
I am gonna play a game.
You're gonna be rude.
It's not rude.
That's
How is
being
that rude?
that's
No, it's
being
not.
really rude.
No,
You're
it's
gonna
not.
play games while you're doing the show.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the way it's normally done, right?
That's like carifreco shit.
We watch television and you're on your phone and you playing
That's
this
mind your
dumbass-
business because that
dumbass
has nothing to
game
do with
play.
you. That has nothing to do with you. We're on a show and we're supposed to be hosting the show, not
We are
playing
hosting
games.
the show.
But you're gonna
You're
play a game.
promoting. Look what you're drinking. Look,
Mind
look
your
at you.
business
See,
on that.
I
Mind your
my
business. Mind your business on that.
Free
This
will.
is free will.
Free will be out.
Can you-
Free will chill. Okay, free will chill. What the hell? Let me be. Mind your business.
Don't play games while we on the
Mind
show.
your business.
That
Mind
is
your
so
business.
rude. That
Mind
is
your
so
business.
rude. Very rude. Very rude.
SMP, yo, what's going on today, bro? Like, holy crap.
She got her shoe game up. So
Oh, her shoe game. Her little shoe game. It can't compete with my sock game, but you know.
What do you have on those socks? What is that?
This is. Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
I'm done. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Can we zoom in?
He got
please?
1960 rock socks.
Can we zoom in? Look,
He got 1960 rock
You
socks.
wanna-
Get
you
your
wanna
foot
tell-
out my
look,
face.
right here.
You know, no.
Look at this sexiness.
Get your foot-
Look. This is before
I can't.
Bold Rock, and then we have Bold Rock.
I
now.
can't with
Look.
you right now. Get your
Look.
socks. Get your.
And they smell. I'm not asking you to smell them. That's a different
First of all, how do
story.
you know your socks smell?
They smell good.
How?
Oh, because I put cologne on them. That's right. That's right. I use oil, so
Sasha's having an issue.
Wow, everywhere.
Listen, Sasha's having an issue. She says, I don't know which one to watch because they aren't syncing.
Okay, I don't know.
What is what?
Is that
they're not gonna sync. They're 2 different.
Yeah, and we're not on a boat.
Why you talk to her like that? That's not nice. She's trying to help.
Did I curse at her?
No, but she's
It
trying
was a
to help.
joke. Can we have?
She's trying to help.
Can we be comedy? Can be. Life is a comedy, bro.
She's trying to
She's
help.
always trying to help. She's
Tito.
alright. Bendito, Sasha, bendito.
Then you wonder why you're my holding.
Yeah, because she's always trying to be violent with me too, as well. I feel
Whatever.
threatened all the
Whatever.
time.
Liz is on. Hi, Liz. How are you? No, él está jodiendo is what he's doing.
There's 2 Liz's. There's Liz. Wait. There's one.
There's
Liz.
only one Liz.
Okay, watch him. Relax.
There's only one Liz.
I can't see. That's right, but it's okay.
Put your glasses on.
I am. I'm gonna put my glasses now.
I'm gonna bully you tonight since you said I bullied you before.
Everybody says it. It's just that comes from me,
Okay.
so it's justified.
Okay, he is always mean to me. Yes, he is. So we're on tonight. How was your week? You had a good week? You slept all day today.
Okay, I can't. You can't say all day. ¿Qué se head tú eres?
I left here.
I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Excuse me.
I woke up at 7 o'clock
Excuse
in
me.
the morning.
I woke up.
I woke up at 7.
I went downstairs at 10:09.
That was
And you came
That was a
down and you said,
miracle,
"Why
too.
nobody woke me up? Why nobody woke me up?" Right?
It's a miracle that you
And then I
actually
came back, and when I came back,
I was sleeping.
you were sleeping.
Well, I did a lot of things between your trip.
SMP, what did he do?
Oh, tell her.
SMP,
Let
what
her
did he do?
recognize. Let her recognize.
SMP, what did he do?
He gonna stay out of it. That's why. Because I'm gonna
Don't
explain
talk
to you.
for him. Don't talk to
I
him.
woke up at
Ex-
7. I watched the movie, which I'd never do.
Well, that's
Then
your
I
problem,
went-
but that's your problem.
I vacuumed the car.
Oh, you
Okay.
vacuumed your car.
I vacuumed the car.
You
But then
vacuumed-
my hands started
You
getting
use my
swollen.
electricity to vacuum your car?
Then
You
my
use
hands
my
got swollen.
electricity?
Yes, I did.
I pay electricity.
No, I used the neighbor's electricity. I took an extension cord and went to the side, and then I used their electricity.
Why did you do that? Why are you
because
stealing electricity from my neighbor's
I'm
house?
not, it's not stealing. They're paying for it, so it's not stolen. I don't understand that. I understand that. And I was being considerate of you, so that's...
Nelson, you went to the neighbor's house
that's
and you
2
just
points
looked.
for
You
me.
said, which socket is the best socket?
That's 2 points for me. That was very considerate of
Oh
you.
my God,
and,
I can't.
Okay?
I need to have another drink because I can't.
And it's fine. And then
Ooh,
my
those
hand-
are some bright socks, girl. You went back to 1980s with those socks. We have some people in the green room. They're hanging out. Not some people, some very special people in the green room hanging out with us. They're on the sidelines. They're here today. That was a nice color.
Can I finish what I was doing before the nap? And then I got off, my hands got swollen. You told me how my day went or my week, and I'm trying to tell you, and then you just completely ignore me. That's rude. That's
you.
rude. That's rude.
Excuse me, no comments from the sideline. No comments from the
And then I
sideline.
opened my laptop, I did some work, and then my back has been hurting me. I don't know why. And then I went and took a nap.
You didn't just take a nap. Say what you really did.
I took a nap.
Say what you really did
Oh,
before
I
your nap.
smoked, I had some munchies, and I took a nap. That's what I did.
Say what you really did.
Yeah.
Why did you really go to sleep?
No, I was already tired to begin with, but that just helps me go la la land. That's what I call
That's
it.
where you always at in La La
La
Land.
Land.
Christopher Rodriguez, salute.
Red Boys. Shout out.
What's Red Boys?
He's part of Rec Boys, Chris.
Rec Boys.
Oh my God.
Rec. No, I thought you said Red. That's Chris. That's our Chris.
That's MP's Chris. That ain't your Chris.
Well, it's the Chris that I know.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Okay.
Oh my Lord. So how's everyone doing tonight? How was their week? Everybody had a good week?
How was your week, Ma que jode?
My week?
Part two.
What did I
Wait,
do?
what does your shirt say? Llegó
Ma-
la que más que jode.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad you know how to read. Good job. It's
Yeah.
fundamental.
Absolutely.
My week was good. My week was good. It was between work, doctor's appointments, and
you were on your back this week a few times.
a whole lot of times. I got snipped. I felt like a dog. You know when a perrita gets snipped and shit? That's how I felt. Like I got literally like you hear it, cough and snip, clip. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah. It was a rough
Can
week.
you get on your back and spread your legs? Did that
I'm
happen?
gonna smack you. Anyway, it really sucks. It really sucks. Women have to go through these like
Absolutely.
hoops and get on their back and spread their legs for everybody and anybody for the world to see. No, and then the thing is, they now have digital, so you can see your cervix.
Was that the picture that you sent me? Like your viewpoint on your back? I'm like, all right, thanks.
The video, I sent you the video. Because I knew you were gonna ask questions, and in the video, my doctor's explaining the whole procedure.
Yeah.
So just so everybody knows, I had a biopsy this past week, so that's what we're talking about.
POV.
And the biopsy, it's actually on a screen, and my doctor is very nice to explain every little procedure that it's happening, and every section of my insides, et cetera, et cetera. So people don't ask me questions. I just send them the video because she explains it very thoroughly, and everything that she's doing and what's happening. So yeah,
This was on your back too, right?
on my back,
Oh.
on my back.
Were you comfy at least?
Yeah, it was comfortable. She made me comfortable.
Oh,
It's
okay.
okay. It's all right. But yeah, but other than that, and then we went to Nina's awards night on Friday.
It's graduation for all.
This week is graduation week
Well, the whole end of the month. Congratulations to all the graduates
here in
everywhere out
Florida.
there.
In New
Everywhere.
York.
My
In New
grand-
York, it's
my-
in June.
My goddaughter just graduated.
From where?
College.
From college.
My daughter graduates
Okay.
next week from college.
Congratulations.
Well, not that she graduates. They're actually having a ceremony because she already graduated.
You mean she already finished? They're
She
actually going to have a walking
Yeah,
ceremony.
finally.
There is a difference.
Thanks. I appreciate
So
the
it's not a
clarity.
graduation, it's a ceremony.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for the
Just the
clarification.
same.
I
Yeah.
appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate
That's
you.
why I'm your friend.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm your friend in your life.
Aye.
Yeah, yeah.
I-
Oh, I have questions. Sasha has questions.
Oh, boy.
Sasha, what questions you have? Liz, week was interesting but good. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. And you guys over there hi Alex, how are you? Thank you, Mama. Thank you. You guys are having some heat up there, some heat waves. I saw a lot of people at the beach up north. That was nice.
That's because someone said head out because it ain't beach weather.
What? Okay, can I ask you something? Why is it exagerado? It got hot and they went to the beach. They don't have to get in the water.
I
Free
understand
will,
that.
free will.
Yeah,
They have the will
someone
to
should,
do whatever the fuck they want.
someone should take her own words and
Well,
heed
it's free
them.
will. They went to the beach because it was hot.
You want a cookie?
No, I don't want a cookie. You just ate.
I do.
You want a cookie?
Those are mommy's cookies.
Where?
Oh, that's how we share cookies?
You want another one?
Wow.
I do.
Wow. Wow. Look at that's how they
That's how we do it here, baby. Oh,
that's how we give out food in this house.
Nothing but buckets.
Just throw.
Nothing but, no, it's the form. Nothing but buckets. Nothing
Oh
but
my
buckets.
Lord.
Nothing but buckets.
90 degrees. Was it like a 90 cool degrees or was it a 90 humid, nasty,
It's gotta be
swamp ass?
Yeah, it's gotta be humid.
With me,
swamp
not
ass.
necessarily.
It's New York, bro.
But not necessarily because remember, it's not summer heat. This is like a rare time of season for them to have
No, it's not.
this heat. Nelson,
No, it's not. You worked inside most of the time when you were in New York. You have no
I
idea
just
what
want
the
to
outside.
I just want to smack you.
I was outside during this time, so I know what the weather is outside. You're an office person, bro. You didn't know what the outside looked like until it was 5 o'clock.
That is a lie. Because when I worked in New York, I would step outside during the course of the day
Oh, lunch.
to get fresh air.
Okay.
Yes.
There's no fresh air in New York.
Well, to get some air.
Let
My
me-
Lord.
Let me correct that.
To get some air.
Sasha says serious monkey balls hot.
Mm.
So do you
Are we
women
good on
carry-
Facebook? Because we only have one person on Facebook.
I don't know. So
We only have one person on Facebook. We got make sure. I mean, I'm not saying that that's not possible, but it's
Super
kind
Mega
of
Producer
odd.
will be going on, and he'll be checking.
Not like monkey balls. Serious monkey balls hot.
Checking what?
Was it really? It was Africa hot. Okay, but was it like a humid hot? Like really bad hot?
Do you women carry your wipes like when it's like monkey balls hot?
What?
Wipes.
Do we?
She says
Toto
yes.
wipe, Toto wipes?
Whatever you want to do to wipe with
Whatever
Toto. I don't know what the hell.
Well, wipes. I mean, we should be carrying wipes around regardless.
Because
Because
what are the purposes?
to wipe out the feet.
Were you demonstrating what you do to wipe it?
Mommy.
You wipe.
We got people in the green room.
It won't hold on FB for me. All right, so Liz said it won't hold on FB. Not dry hot. Okay, so on IG we're good, but it appears delay, but it's up. Okay, there's a delay.
It's fine here. Tell them get out that Walmart.
Well, maybe it's okay for you, but it may not be okay for them.
That's on
That's
their
the
side.
internet.
That's
That's
on their
not
side.
that's not Facebook.
here.
Okay.
Oh, my freaking hands are so swollen, bro. Look at
Keep sticking them where you're not supposed to stick them.
Yeah, I stick them in a fucking anthill.
Well,
Look
next
at the
time,
pus that's
next
coming
time.
out.
That's disgusting,
That's
Nelson.
not disgusting. It's
Did
part
you
of
at
life.
least clean your hands?
All the time.
But right now you have pus all over your hands.
Not
Go
all
clean
over
them.
my hands. This
Go
is
clean them.
ridiculous.
That's like nasty. You're putting your fingers on freaking cookies and giving them to people with pus?
I'm wow. It wasn't even like that.
That's fucked up.
Holy shit. Yo, I'm leaving. Thank you.
Come on, taste it a little.
It was salty.
That's that extra flavor. That's like adobo.
Oh
Cookies.
my god, it was salty. It was salty. always wash your hands and look at your hands before you touch anything. Okay, this is better. This is better. Sorry, S&P. It isn't just me. It's okay, Sasha. He knows it's not just you, Mama. But thank you for checking on FB and switching back and forth. So today, free will. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be free will.
Yeah, we don't. Some of us don't have free will in this house. I'm just.
Don't
saying.
fucking come. Don't fucking come.
But you're
Then
supposed
don't
to.
fucking come.
SMP, I'm sorry for you. You'll be on your
Don't
own
fucking
now,
come.
bro. 'Cause-
If there's no free will in this house, don't fucking come.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Jesus Christ.
I don't know if you know this, but recently I've just been spilling everything. Nothing. There's no holdbacks. It's just like whatever comes out.
Your mouth?
No te gusta?
Out your
No
mouth.
venga.
Oh, okay.
Así.
Ay.
Pues, ¿verdad?
Mm.
¿Verdad? No, but free will. So yeah, we're gonna touch on some topics. One being abortion. What's the second one, Nelson?
I don't know. Whatever flows. I don't know.
Did you not think?
I no. Apparently not.
We've only had this topic for several days now, and no, you didn't think.
I try not to think. It hurts. So I just try to go with the flow. Free will. Okay. Don't judge either. Okay.
I'm watching Nell itch his hands, and now I'm all thinking about his bus.
I I got freaking. I was on the. We had football championships yesterday, so I was refereeing and freaking the flag hit the floor.
You were a referee yesterday?
Yeah, I'm usually the referee. I don't coach anymore.
Now you're the referee.
Because I oversee the organization, so I referee.
You so, oh my God, you're so fancy.
Yeah, I'm so fancy.
He's so fancy, so fancy.
So I threw the flag and it ended up on an anthill. When I grabbed it, it got on my hands and I got bit a couple of times. These fire ants here in Florida, no joke, bro. Absolutely, your appendages swell up like freaking.
What did you say? Your appendages?
Appendages. See, I have a vocabulary too.
Appendages.
Oh, shit.
Can somebody Google appendages, please? And just
impressive.
tell me what that word means. I want to know.
You don't know what appendages are?
I'm asking someone to Google the
Okay.
word.
Sasha, go ahead.
Either our guests in the audience,
You are, okay.
or anyone.
Hey, anybody in the green room, can you please?
Anyone in the green room can.
Googlealo
Appendages. Let me see appendages. Let's see what it says. Appendages.
That's the correct way to.
That is the correct way. Often with negative or projective connotation, a thing that is added or attached to something larger or more important. How do you use appendages? Is that, what did you mean by appendages?
My hands are attached to my arms. My arms are attached to my shoulder, which is attached to my torso.
Okay, how did you use it again? What did you say? Because I don't think you used it right. I'm just saying. Explícame. No, okay, so you used the, it's still not correct, even in biology. A projecting part of an invertebrate or other living organism with a distinct appearance or function. Many species have specialized clutching appendages.
Now you know what it means.
I understand. I just wanted to make sure because I don't know. I've never used the word.
At all?
Hey, Jay's on. She's on. Hi, Jay. Countdown, boo boo. Countdown. So yeah, free will, and I want to say free will bit with gender identity. Free will with regard to abortion. Those topics that are out there right now that are very, 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 in my opinion, controversial.
Why are they
Right?
controversial?
Well, I don't think that they're controversial. I think that people make them religion. Religion is one. Well, it's another. So there's several topics that essentially, whether it's the government or whether it's society, they want to take away one's free will from making their own decisions and their choices.
So what's free will in the first place? What's the definition?
My definition of free will is to be able to do what you want to do without anyone trying to govern it. And and when I say not trying to govern it, what I mean is implementing a law, right? Because there's state law, there's federal law, there's criminal law. So, that's the type of...
But law is just a guideline.
It's a guideline, but it's a guideline that you need to adhere to because it is the law. If you don't follow the law, what happens?
There's a consequence.
There's a consequence.
But you
right.
still got free will. To
So
do
now we
whatever
got
you
all
wanna
these
do.
laws. We have all these laws right now in the state of Florida. Critical race theory cannot be taught in schools.
Can't say gay.
No, don't say gay.
Don't gay.
Which is
something
basically
with gay.
let's not talk about any type of gender identity, sexual identity, anything related to that within the first couple of years of school. I believe it's K through
third grade.
third grade. Can't talk about it.
Can't talk about
Right
sex,
now we're on the
baby.
cusp of possibly Roe versus Wade being reversed. So now let's control that. Then because the states now, which a lot of people, and I'm going to explain this. So Roe versus Wade is what made abortion legal. And it is it's based on case law. It is not a law that was implemented by Congress. It's a case law. That's the president. That's what set the bar.
See, I'm listening. I'm staying in my lane because I don't know what the fuck you're gonna talk about right now. This is your lane right here. So I'm gonna just sit down. If you see me quiet, I'm like because I paid attention because that's not my lane. I shut the fuck up and stay in my lane. That's what I do.
So what happens when there's a case law that is overturned by the Supreme Court? The states then get to essentially make their own independent law with regard to that area.
How many states we got? 51?
51.
51. So
Right.
we got 50. They
And
give me
the states
51.
right now, like Oklahoma is like, you better not.
Better not what?
Nobody. That's it. Abortion is going to be out. Is going to be outlawed.
Mm.
So now, based on that, all the states are going to be able to make their own law if Roe versus Wade does get overturned, and that's going to be chaotic.
I mean, you got people now crossing state lines to get abortions because that's how it used to. It used to be done back
Well,
before
I think
Roe
it's-
versus Wade.
Well,
It's like running drugs.
yeah, because here's the thing: it's like you were able to. There was basically criteria that you can get an abortion under. Now that's not going to be available if, in fact, Roe versus Wade is overturned. But with regard to abortion, I want to speak on abortion, right? Because, you know, there are individuals that look at abortion through the eyes of religion, which you have to respect. There are individuals that look at abortion through the eyes of non-medical emergencies. And then there are individuals that look at abortion just through their own opinion, and it is just like, no, 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 no. I recently put up a post on it, and I don't really care. You know why I don't care? Because if I don't walk in your shoes and I don't live your life, and I don't know what you're facing at that time in your life where you have to make a decision, it's your choice. That's your free will. I don't think that anyone should tell you what you should or shouldn't do.
Preach it, sister. Preach it. Hallelujah.
I'm just saying because just you
You're
know,
right.
and I'm gonna use it in the context of non medically necessary, right? Non medically necessary. A lot of people say, you know, that let's just go. I'm gonna go by 75% of the abortions are done or the decision is made by individuals who just don't want to have a baby because they don't want the responsibility.
Those are the statistics.
Allegedly, yeah. But here's my thing. My thing is that again, if I'm not walking in that person's shoes, I can't say what exactly is going on in their life. It can be a 14-year-old not ready to have a child. It can be, you know, a 20-year-old who's just in college and, you know, doesn't have a penny to, you know, or pots of piston to be able to take care of this child. And I made the example recently that, you know, people who are pro-life, here's the thing. How many mothers and fathers and family members are out there killing children regardless? Regardless, after the fact, they bring children into this world and then they kill them. We hear about it every day. You know, I just read an article about a woman who, I want to say she was in Hawaii, that had a 10-month-old, postpartum depression. She killed herself and she killed her 10-month-old. No control of her own because of postpartum depression, but still.
How many parents abandon their kids and give them up
Absolutely,
for adoption?
but even in that, and how many adoptive parents, how many people adopt children and abuse those children? Right, abuse those children or only adopt those children just to basically, you know, get a check. Right, when you foster kids just to get a check. When you adopt a child, you get money.
Mm-hmm.
You get money, but they abuse them.
Here in Florida, not only do you once you adopt them, they get free college.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
assistant until they finish college.
Yeah.
So up to 23, they can get assistance from the government. Everything paid in full.
I saw a Dateline.
Sending off?
Get some. You can actually, yeah. That way, Nina can go to. She can do 6 years in school. You guys don't gotta pay for it.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
can give up
You want
your
to
rights.
adopt her, Nelson?
No.
No, I
You said that kind of fast.
Yeah. I just got rid of all 4 of mine. I'm good.
no,
bro.
I read an article the other day. There were these parents, basically, oh, my daughter's missing. My daughter's missing. You know where their daughter was? Underneath their stairs.
Yep.
Underneath the stairs. Their daughter was for years, 6 years underneath the stairs.
Doing what?
They had her underneath the stairs.
Oh, and
But they were saying that she was missing. Somebody kidnapped her.
Oh, they were playing that
Yeah,
role.
yeah, they were playing that role. So,
That's scary.
Yeah.
you know, so when I think about it, it's like, you know, sometimes I'm not saying that it's the right thing, but at the end of the day, you know, if you're going to bring a child into this world, take care of your child. But if you know that you're not in any position to take care of a child, then you make your decision. You know, but I am not one to be like, oh my God, you're going to hell because you got rid of your child. No. The medically necessary. And I give props. I give props to all the mothers who give birth to children that they already know are going to have defects.
I give props to women giving birth. Period. I'm glad that's something I never had
I
to
agree.
experience.
I agree.
Absolutely not.
I agree, but at the end of the day, everybody's like, oh, there's a solution. There's a solution. Why are there solutions, right? There are solutions, but there are health clinics that can help. There are food pantries you could get food. How long does that last?
5 years.
How long does that last?
I don't know, because
Right?
people have. We grew up in the '80s. People grew up on welfare.
I know. I mean, but you have all of that, but then again, there's a struggle when it comes to that.
Absolutely, but then it becomes a cycle because you
Yeah.
don't get out of it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, let's let the government work for us. Let's get let's work the system, and it's a cycle.
Yeah, you see, I agree, JR. Abortion is super personal, and private people need to mind their own homes and stay out of other people's vaginas. Well, I mean, the truth of the matter is that, again, if we're not walking in a person's shoes, who are we to tell them what to do and what not to do?
Especially the government.
I'm just saying, like, what are you going to get out of it? The government is not going to fucking give me my money to take care of my child. The government is not going to put food on my table. The government is not going to come and babysit for me when I need to go to work.
So let me ask you, what's the basis on why they're thinking of overturning Roe versus Wade? How did this all start?
I honestly, the case that went before the Supreme Court, I honestly did not read that case, so I don't know.
Wow.
Wow. I don't know.
That's your job right there.
It is not my job.
In your lane.
I do whatever the fuck I want to do.
In your lane.
I do whatever the fuck I want to do. It's not my job.
Absolutely.
Why?
Right.
Because I'm in the legal field. It's like mandatory.
Accept it.
Fuck out of here.
Accept it.
Fuck out of here.
Accept it.
No. Why don't you go read it? Why don't you go read it?
That's not my lane. Not my lane. Not my lane, bro. I don't understand.
No.
I stay out of logistics. That's S&P. The legal side, I stay out of that. That's not me. You want to talk sports? You're in my lane. Besides that, I shut the fuck up, bro.
Let's not talk sports. These crazy right wing want to control women because they are religious lunatics. Yeah, and that's another thing too. A lot of people bring religion in. The Bible said this, the Bible said that. But you know what the Bible says?
Did the Bible?
God created everything.
The Bible, I read the.
God created
I
everything.
read the Bible. There was no mention of abortion in the
Well,
Bible.
but God created everything, right?
Absolutely.
He is the
In his
creator,
own image.
but he's the creator of everything, right?
If
Of
you believe
every
that.
little thing, God is the creator.
If-
If God is the creator of everything,
If
guess
you
what?
believe that.
Guess what God created?
Allegedly.
If-
Guess what God created? The right for a woman to make her own choice.
Allegedly.
Well, no. Well,
If
I'm
you
not going to
believe,
say
it's your
allegedly.
belief.
I believe.
You
I
believe.
believe
In
there's
your
a God.
belief.
I believe there's a God. I believe that, yes, we all stem from a creator and everything is created
You
by
don't
God.
believe in the Big Bang Theory and boom, everything evolution, and then that's how things happen?
No,
Okay.
no,
Just asking.
I don't.
You don't have to give me that ugly face. I'm like, stand fast. Like,
Let's not go with the fucking ugly face again, okay? Let's not go with the ugly
You want
face
to tell
again.
that story so people have context?
No, they had that story last week. Why are you being repetitive?
What did you?
You see how your brain works?
Oh,
You see?
lo malo se pega.
You see how your brain works?
Lo malo se
But
pega.
you're forgetting, but we had that conversation last week. Yes, we did. Yeah, I'm not, again, I'm not pro and I'm not anti. I'm just for everybody make their own decisions. They make their own choices. It is what it is.
It's amazing.
In my opinion, it's called free will.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know what's going to happen to all the OBGYNs in the clinics that, if it is overturned, what's
In
going to
those
happen with
states,
them?
Yeah. Well, the GYNs are still going to be in effect.
Well, remember, there are a lot of GYN OBs that do
That do,
perform abortions, yes.
Well, they were fine before abortions were performed, so they're just going to go back
Right,
to whatever it is.
but here's what's going to happen. Remember,
My OB-GYN is amazing.
listen, here's the issue.
She's the best.
State laws if state laws make it illegal, it becomes a crime. What are these motherfuckers saying on the sidebar? Because I'm not listening to them. I'm trying to have a conversation.
No, since OB be splitting his knowledge.
I can't right now. I can't.
That's where I use the wipes.
Isn't
There we go.
that a movie? The people.
Yeah, the people
No,
under the stairs. It's a movie. It's a horror film.
It is a movie, but I'm not talking about that movie. But it is a movie. The People Under the Stairs is a movie. I'm just reading some comments. Liz said being a mother isn't easy and it's a choice, but not everyone is in a position to be a mother at the moment. I absolutely
How about all
agree.
the rape victims?
There are a gazillion reasons for abortion. Mind your business. And that's right. It's not mentioned at all in the Bible. Yes, Maria, it's not. Another way to find means to controlling women. God gives us, but you know what? It's a woman thing, and I get it, but I also say it's also a man thing, right? Because there are times that women don't want to get abortions, and men are like, Mama, don't have that baby, right? And the woman feels pressured because the man is already telling her, I'm not going to be there for you. What about that? That's tough.
It is tough.
That's tough. You
But
know,
how about rape victims?
rape victims, that's tough.
I mean, you're psychologically
You know, and
scarred to
someone
begin
had
with.
the audacity to tell me, oh well,
Ooh,
if it's
audacity.
the audacity, because
Audacity.
here's my thing. Oh, if a woman is raped and she gets pregnant by her rapist, she could keep the baby and give it up for abortion. If you don't fucking know what
mean
it is to
adoption.
carry, give it up for adoption. If you don't know what it is to fucking carry a baby and how you feel, don't fucking talk. Because
Not
what you
especially
go
after that
through,
trauma.
the connection that you go through, no, but the connection that you go through with a child is very deep. However, if you're resentful as to how that child came about, that's going to work
Well, how many
against you.
cases hasn't that been where rape victims forced or had those babies, and then that relationship was so toxic because the
resentment.
mom was just looked at her child, and what she thought about was the time she was raped. Mm-hmm. And that's not going to go away.
It's a resentment. It's a resentment.
go away.
Or you have the mother that's like, okay, I'm not going to. Initially, she may say, okay, I'm going to give my child up for adoption, but she may not want to. So the guy should not have done the deed. If you never have been raped, do not talk. Yes, they need to have a seat. I absolutely agree. I mean,
Listen, the guy should not have done the deed, and the woman should have not opened their legs. Women have to be also responsible.
no.
Oh, yeah.
It's not only about the woman.
I didn't say it was all about women,
Okay.
but I'm saying
It goes both ways.
Exactly.
It goes both ways.
she
There's-
mentioned the guy, I mentioned the
Yeah,
woman.
but here, let's talk about facts. Facts. Y'all mofos, half the times, oh, the condom is too small. It don't fit. Oh, it's uncomfortable.
Didn't I tell
It
you-
don't feel the same.
Didn't I tell you about a lady that approved that point about condoms? She put it around.
Y'all mother
all the
effers are like
handicap.
bitches when it it comes to condoms. You
How
act
do
like
how
it's
do
like
you
the
know?
worst thing in
You
the
got a
world.
penis?
I have,
How do you got penis?
no, I don't
So
have
how do you
penis,
know?
but I have male friends.
Uh-huh.
Male friends. Male
I've
friends.
never spoken to you about fucking putting on a condom. That was my
You don't need to
problem.
fucking.
Condom!
Yeah, that was my problem.
And we
Listen.
never used the condom.
Listen, you don't need to tell me about it because you know what you got?
What, 4 kids?
You got 4 kids.
I got 4 kids.
Because you did what?
I didn't pull out.
No, because you did what?
I didn't use the condom.
Exactly.
Yeah,
My point.
absolutely.
My point. And you weren't looking to have kids,
No, it happened. It happened.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right? But you could have worn a condom.
But I could have.
You
I
could have
chose
worn a
not
condom.
to. It's
Free fucking will, right?
It's
Free
fine.
will.
I
Free
chose
will.
not to wear. I just not to wear one. Just like she chose not for me not to wear one either.
It's not about a choice. When you're in that moment and the man doesn't put on the condom, but you put it on, trust me, it is what it is. A woman's not gonna tell you, can you please take off the condom?
Okay, so then
can you
can't
please
put,
take off the
okay, so
condom?
then you can't put blame on the man. It's both.
What you mean a woman never tells a guy, can you please take off? A woman does that.
Oh, you've had that experience?
They
You better.
It's
They
called,
SMP?
They should do that.
it's called Pornhub.
You have? You have. Okay, very honest. Oh, she said, hell yeah.
She was like, no, aquí no hay muchacho ahora. No, factoría close. Factoría close.
I understand. But no, I mean, I'm not saying that I haven't done it. I may have done it. I don't remember.
Yes, you have.
I
I don't confirm. Yes, you
You
have.
want super facts? You want super
Facts.
facts? I don't even think you and I ever used a rubber. Period. Facts.
We did in the beginning, and you told me to take it off.
That's a lie.
And
That is
I
so.
never wore one
You know what
after.
you know what I find very odd about that? This mofo can't fucking remember shit from shit for years, but he can remember that.
That's important.
Yeah,
That's important.
whatever. Rape by incest is another issue, and it is real. How are you going to have a child of your dad or your
Yeah, that's
uncle?
that's
Many
another
times you're
topic.
looking at little girls abused by family members. This is just crazy, and the decisions should always be made by the people involved. Yes, Oklahoma is going to. They're coming down the pipeline, and they said it has to be rape or medically necessary. Those are the only 2 times that an abortion will be allowed.
But that's better than freaking Texas. Texas, it doesn't matter what it is. There is no reason to have an abortion, period. Even if you get raped. And you know those country bumpkins, like you know. That
That's
A-grade.
horrible. That's horrible.
You guys want to
It's just really, you know, I just feel that, on that topic, I think, I
You
know.
going downstairs?
She's getting the food.
maybe?
Oh, can you? Maybe. There's a yes or no. Can you bring me?
I'm so sorry for that interruption. Nelson's being very rude. I don't know why you're being rude and you're worried about
No, I
the
wanna
audience.
vote. There's
If you
only
don't
Giraffes.
report, if you don't report, then you cannot get one. Shaking my head. Yeah, you know, it's just, to me, it's just gonna be very difficult. We also have now, you know, the pipeline of transgender and a lot of the states coming down on transgender individuals and, you know, not having that right to be able to be who they want to be. I just think that it's just, again, it's free will. Like, how is it affecting you? That would be the question that I would have for any politician who makes a decision. How does it affect you personally?
Mind you, most politicians are men.
Facts.
The biggest percentage.
But I'm just saying, in all these areas.
So what was the post that you said that you had done on social media about it? And
That I mind my business.
oh, okay.
I mind my business. I mean, because again, if it doesn't affect me, who am I to say anything?
That's why I don't vote.
Well, it's not, voting is a different, is different. You know, that's a different area. You know, you vote so that you can have your voice, so that your voice is heard.
Well, that's the way the process is supposed to work.
Right.
Unfortunately, it doesn't.
Right.
It's
You
not
have a
really
right to
pans out
vote.
that way.
You have a right to vote. I mean,
Sasha, I am not always rude. I am rude sometimes, but you need to relax.
you know, but it's you know, gay. What's wrong with being gay? What's wrong with being lesbian? I don't understand. If it doesn't affect you, what is the issue?
It's a control thing.
This is what I'm
It's
saying.
a
That's and
complete
hence free
control
will. Free will, like, you know,
It's a control thing.
when it lands at your doorstep, that is the time that then you address it in the manner that you want to address it within the confines of your home, within the confines of your privacy.
Confines.
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 Well, it's not con.
It's confines.
Okay, I say confines.
Tomato, tomato.
Okay, but in any event, yeah, I think that, you know, those areas, they're really frustrating for me, because again, and here's the thing, we argue against other individuals about these topics, and I say to myself, at the end of the day, we can argue with anyone and everyone, and guess what? Nobody's gonna give a shit.
No.
No.
Nobody's gonna give a shit.
Come.
No, ma'am.
You know, in Texas, you can report and collect money if someone has an abortion. The person
Muchas gracias.
reports it, gets 10K. It's scary having a little girl. I think about her future. Yeah,
10K.
yeah, and that's the thing too. You know,
Oh wow, you get 10,000 when you snitch in Texas.
yeah, that's crazy.
But
Crazy.
imagine how do you put a monetary incentive for people to not mind their business.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. I think it's again, you know, we have a right to speak our minds, but then when we do speak our minds and we're anti, you're like a mess.
You like my hat, right? It's so sexy. It matches the shirt.
No, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't mean to like get away from the topic, but it's just that I look over to you and you're literally looking at the TV where you see yourself
Yeah, what
to
is-
make sure how you look.
Absolutely.
You're like so
I'm vain.
very vain.
Every mirror I see, I kind of
Very
look,
vain.
And I look at myself, I'm like, damn, you look good.
Yes. And Alex, I think of the same thing, but I'm grateful. I'm in a state like ours. Yeah, you're grateful. Hi, Coach Jason. Coach Jason?
Sky Barbie, she's got me mixed up with.
Oh,
some of
okay,
my
it's okay.
former players.
You could be Jason for today.
I'll be Jason.
Yes, it is the control. If it isn't affecting you personally, why is it your business? And that's the thing that I don't understand. At the end of the day, you know, again, I could agree to disagree with someone, and that is perfectly fine. We all have different opinions. But when people start getting aggressive about it, that really just irks me. It irks.
Aggressive how? Confrontational?
Yeah.
Or they're trying.
I had someone the other day fucking tell me, "Oh, keep living on Mars." What the fuck is wrong with
Oh,
you? Keep living on Mars.
Because people debate trying to convince you
Yeah.
of their opinion.
Yeah. Oh, and the Bible says, and God.
The Bible does not say it. I just read the
God
Bible.
and God and God and God and God and it's like, you know what, I believe in God, but I also believe I'm gonna be strong about this. God is the creator, like they say, of all things. Your higher power is the creator of all things, right? So where the fuck you think it came from?
What they said is in the Bible?
Abortion.
Abortion is not in the Bible.
I mean, I just read it, and I didn't.
They can eat a
didn't
dick.
Reference to it. Wow, who said that?
Maria.
Wow.
Mama, you can be as vulgar as you want because you have the free will to do and say what you want.
Well, I believe there's still free will. It's just sometimes there's consequences to your choices.
Well, there is
Choosing
an
free will.
extent, right? Because we don't have, in my opinion, we don't have the free will to take anyone else's life. I think that that's selfish to take someone else's life, honestly. And
But we still have the free will to actually do it.
we do have the free will, and we do it, right? We
But
do
then
it.
There's a consequence to it.
Right, and that's why I brought up the whole thing. I brought up, here it is. It's like, okay, you don't want to give women, the free will to decide whether to have their child or not, right? But then it's like when there are so many individuals that choose to take other people's lives. Yeah, and they have consequences. Yes, they face trials. But there are some people that have taken the lives of other individuals, family members, their children, or whatever, and they get off scot-free.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate. So this is all focused on the woman. Obviously, they didn't get pregnant by themselves, right? So,
And men don't have a choice.
like, why aren't men being held responsible as well?
Correct. What
as
are their
a woman?
consequences?
You're right. So, like,
Right.
you know, they do the deed, they get pregnant,
They have nothing.
and they're both in agreement. Say it's okay. Listen, we are not ready. Say there's a young couple, we're not ready, and they both choose. But the only person that's gonna face consequences is the mother, not
Yeah.
the father.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Now-
Well, and here's my thing. My thing is, what's going to be next, right? What's going to be next? Loving
Your
versus.
phone up?
yeah, my phone is up.
I'm gonna send you a text about the abortion in the Bible.
What's next? Loving versus Virginia.
I'm sorry.
Interracial couples can't marry. Loving versus Virginia.
Where's that at? In Virginia?
That is a case, and that's what made interracial couples illegal to marry.
In Virginia.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because
Why,
in
that's
Virginia you
coming up?
could not marry someone of a different race.
Virginia is.
But this is what I'm
back
saying.
then used to
All these
set the
president,
benchmark, yeah.
all these cases,
that's next.
laws, you're going to see it's going to come down the pipeline.
Oh yeah, this is open.
It's
it
like
opens up a can of worms.
we're going back.
It opens up a can of worms.
Yeah, we're going back. We're gonna go back. It's
Okay.
gonna go back.
SMP sent me something.
Yeah, and you know, which states is it illegal, Judy? I didn't hear about that. I didn't hear about that at all.
Yeah, I sent Nelson, according to PubMed.com.
About the Bible
About the
mentioning
Bible and
abortion.
abortion.
The word abortion. That sounds serious southern. And when the word abortion is not mentioned in the Bible, but much in the Bible speaks to the issue. The most obvious passage from Exodus 21:22 to 25. This part of the covenant code legislates that the case of a pregnant woman becomes involved in a brawl between two men that has a miscarriage. A distinction is then made between the penalty that is to be exacted for the loss of the fetus and injury to the woman.
But that's different.
For the fetus, a fine is paid as determined by the husband and the judges. However, if the woman is injured or dies, lex talionis is applied, life for life, eye for an eye. The story has somewhat limited applications to the current abortion debate. Well, see, this actually has nothing to do with abortion because this just basically the woman didn't.
She had a
choose it.
miscarriage.
Yeah, but it wasn't by her choosing.
Right.
It was because of the situation that happened. So this has absolutely nothing. The definition is abortion is when a woman chooses.
But you see
to
how
end.
they forced it.
Right,
in there.
they force that narrative. They want to change it to make it similar. But abortion is when a woman makes a choice to end her pregnancy. She makes a choice. It's not a situation or someone else telling her or any sort of situation and so forth. See, that's crazy how they want to manipulate this passage into that. And again, the Bible is an interpretation. For the most part,
Correct.
it is a book of interpretation.
Correct.
Look, Judy's on point. Look at her. Judy, you need to like.
It is
be
still
part of the
illegal in
show.
some states to have interracial marriage. Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, Delaware, Florida, Georgia. Oh my lord! I didn't even know that.
That's right. She's on the ball and you're not.
I didn't.
Judy, you're gonna be part. You're gonna be part of Snoop's. She's gonna get all our information because that's amazing. Look at her.
She's gonna be our researcher.
She's our researcher.
I honestly did not know that. Next one will be called witches, and then stones cast and set on fire.
Also,
yeah. Oh, we'll have to wear a red A on our chest.
Handmaid's Tale is coming to fruition. If you have not watched that show,
This is
there's
part
lots
of a debate with pro-choice folks.
Enunciate.
Men have no consequences. Next mandate, men to snip their balls until they're ready to hold it down.
Well, why we
That shit
gotta
ain't gonna
snip our
happen.
balls?
Many disagree with
That's
the
so
lack of gun
violent.
laws, but yet there is still the ability to carry unnecessary large weapons. Yeah, and here's the thing. We have all of these mass shootings, right? And here is the governor in Florida ready to come down the pipeline before he said it. Before I leave office, what am I going to do? I'm going to allow individuals to carry unlicensed guns.
No, he didn't say that.
Yes.
No, the what he wants to pass is what he wants to do
It's
is
unlicensed.
no, not unlicensed. It's not unlicensed. The word unlicensed is he says he wants to carry state. So basically, you still go through the process, but
I
then
didn't-
you can open carry in the state.
No, it's not open carry. It was unlicensed.
Let's look.
Basically, like Texas.
It was unlicensed. It was not open carry. It was unlicensed.
Wait,
What the
wait,
fuck do you do open carry? A concealed weapon. It doesn't matter. You're still carrying a gun.
Right,
It was
that's-
unlicensed for everyone to be able to carry a gun. Although still technically a miscegenation law on its books in 1958. Once the state Supreme Court declared the law invalid in 1948, Perez versus Sharp case, it was no longer legally enforceable. I'm telling you, it's just, this is right now going to open up a can of worms like no other. Like no other. You know,
This is what exactly. See, you said the word unlicensed, and that's incorrect.
what it says.
Ron DeSantis reaffirmed he wants to support to change the state law. Right now, Florida,
Okay, can you read
listen.
it? No, can you read it? Can you read it? Can you read it?
Reaffirmed his support for a change in the state law that would allow residents to carry concealed weapons without needing a permit.
Okay, what the fuck is a license?
What?
What is a license?
What
is a license?
When you get your gun,
What
when
is
you
a
purchase,
license?
you go through it and you get a license. to
What
carry.
without a permit? We get a permit to carry. It is a
Alright.
license.
No, license
so that
and a
you
permit
could.
two different
Me
things.
cago en la madre. Me cago. Dios santo. What do we need to get in order to carry freaking a gun?
A permit.
Okay, and what is he saying that we don't need? That he wants that we don't need?
A permit.
Exactly. So what does that mean that you're not gonna have?
You don't need a permit.
It's the fucking same thing.
You don't need a
Me
permit.
cago. License is like a fucking permission, mother effer.
So,
Oh my God, I can't with you.
but it's
I can't
well,
wait.
that
I will, but when I'm done, baby. Thank
I
you.
want one. Open
You're gonna
carry.
eat while you're on the show?
Oh, maldita sea. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Didn't you just say free
But
will?
that's being rude.
No, it's not being rude. How is it being rude?
You're gonna chew in people's ears.
Who says I'm gonna chew? I can mute it.
Rebecca, listen, Rebecca Michelle, I've seen you pop up as someone as I know, and I know you're on our show. Thank you for being on our show.
Oh,
This is the
bacon,
first
yes.
time that you've been on our show. Do you know Rebecca Michelle?
Yes, I actually I did private coaching for her son.
Okay, because she looks familiar. She looks like a friend of mine, but her name is not Rebecca. But thank you for joining us, Rebecca. Listen, until you can donate a
Thank
dead
you, sir.
person's organs without previous consent, no one can tell me what I can and can't do with my body. Next, it will be forced living donation. Yes, you have a kidney match for a dying person. We're taking it. You have no choice. I agree, and thank you for chiming in and giving us your opinion. But yeah, I agree. I think that there's just so many things. For example, you know, with the LGBTQ community, well, LGBTQ plus community, I just feel that, you know, everyone has a right to live their life. I'm not understanding what is the issue. You know, again, if it's going on within your home, that is within your home, that is your privacy. Look, Judy said, I don't like chewing. Part of my pet peeves. Come on, Ace.
You didn't hear me, right? I just swallowed. I chewed and swallowed. No one heard me.
Ooh, you,
Okay.
he swallows.
I chewed. Wow.
He swallows. Fake pizza, laughing my ass off. It's good pizza. The hills have
Listen,
eyes.
if you want to bring pizza, there's Uber Eats. You can send it here through the podcast. Create solutions.
I say get rid of all of Central America. We don't need it. Central America, he's an ass. You're an ass.
Who said that?
Don't worry about it. You're an ass. I'm not gonna share, but you're an ass. No.
He wants to make this an open carry state. There
Okay.
are 20 other states that have open carry.
Okay, and I know when I said that, you all said woohoo, right? You all said woohoo, and that is fine. But then what are we saying? What are we putting out to everyone, right? It's gonna be so easy if that does come to fruition, that this state becomes a state where you don't need a permit to carry a gun. Everyone is going to get a gun. You still need to pass the background check.
Right.
Right?
The process is still the same.
That's a background check.
Right.
But you're not gonna need anything to show that you have a right to carry.
Okay.
Right? So everyone is, not everyone, but those that do pass that background check will have a right to carry. And guess what? Guess what's going to happen?
What's going to happen?
Oh, I have a right to stand my ground, to defend, to do this, to do that.
They
I
do-
felt threatened.
they
and
do that now.
Well, not necessarily, because we do have individuals, such as what happened up in Buffalo, who decide that they want to go get guns and do whatever the fuck they want.
Well, you got to understand, if you look at statistics, most of these mass shootings happen in states where they have strict gun laws. It's always the case. You don't really have that happening in these states where
What I'm-
Colorado, Texas, where you go into a Walmart and you want to walk into a Walmart and start shooting, you think twice because half the people in Walmart are strapped.
Okay, but here's my thing. The fact that we are making it now easy for everyone to become strapped, right? What's then gonna happen? People, the minute they feel
It's
threatened,
easy to get a gun
the minute that
regardless.
there's an argument, what people are gonna do?
It's easy to get a gun, no matter what state you are in.
You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. But when you make it easier, right? When you make it easier, what are people gonna do now?
You're assuming they're going to do that.
It's an assumption,
It's a big
but
assumption.
it's a prediction. It's a prediction.
But the
because
states,
the
the
people,
states that have open carry
how many
don't-
times do you hear they got into an altercation and it got so out of control that the other one pulled out his gun?
Right.
Or-
but
or
that's not a gun problem. That's a human problem.
Okay, I understand that, but it's easier when you lose control to
That's-
defend yourself with a weapon that it is. Back in our days, how do people defend themselves in our days?
We threw
With-
hands.
You threw hands, right? Nowadays, nobody wants to talk. Nowadays, people just want to just take whatever weapon they can find, whether it
That's
be
true.
a gun, whether it be a knife, whether it be a rock, whether it be whatever, even matches. People are just lighting up fires. You know what? I'm just gonna burn your ass up. Que se joda. You know, que se joda.
You need more than a match to burn someone else up, though. You need an
You-
accelerant.
You're such a smart ass. You know exactly what I mean. You know exactly what I
Maybe
mean.
the people in the audience don't know what they mean. Maybe people in the green room don't know. I'm giving them context.
Everyone is going to be shooting people. Yes, I agree.
No, it's not.
My
That
peop-
is not. That's not going to happen. We have more. We have almost half the states.
You're
in the
you're
United
really
States.
optimistic. You're really
No,
right
I'm not
now.
being- wait,
right
I'm
now,
not being optimistic.
right now, we're having all these shootings with people that have either a license or do not have
Right,
a license.
in-
right?
in most states
So
that
what do you
are-
think is gonna happen when it is free for all?
It's not free for all. You have more than
Me
half
cago
the
en la
state-
madre.
You have more than half the states already with open carry, and they don't have that problem.
No, sir.
They don't have the problem
That
And
you
they-
know of.
No, it's. What do you mean they don't know of? As-
Okay,
as
so
soon
what
as it
happened?
hits-
I want to say I can't remember his name, but the individual, he was African American, running in Georgia, and the two individuals who had a right to carry, who just decided to shoot him because he looked suspicious.
Right, they
Right?
thought he was robbing.
Right? So they felt they had a right,
Mm-hmm.
okay, to be able to take out their weapons, not use their mouth,
Right.
right? Not use their fists, but they had a right to use their weapons to try to apprehend someone they saw as
Right.
suspicious.
You said it all.
Right?
It's Georgia.
So
it's
and
not the
Georgia,
guns.
but why is it not the
It's
gun?
not the guns. It's the people who using
Okay,
the
so if
guns.
I don't have a gun and I find that you're suspicious, right? Or if I have a gun,
Mm-hmm.
you're suspicious. Do I need to go and drive with my gun?
Absolutely not.
Right.
But
But,
there-
but
but-
at the end of the day, the gun gives me extra protection.
It does.
That's what people use that for. It's
yeah,
extra protection,
absolutely.
right? And unfortunately, loose cannons, which we have a whole lot of loose cannons,
Mm-hmm.
and right about now, everybody's fucking losing it. I don't care. Everybody's losing it. Everybody has lost
But
control.
look at New York. New York sets the bar on gun laws, and they are in the top 5 when it comes to gun situations.
But again,
And so
but if we make it easier as opposed to making it harder, what are we
So how do
basically
we make it harder? Explain that. to
make
me.
it very hard?
How?
If there's no purpose for a gun,
What,
what's the purpose for a gun?
For protection.
Why do you need a gun?
Cool.
Protect what? What are you protecting yourself against?
Against people who don't have self-discipline and
Okay,
want to be malicious.
okay, but what? So somebody comes up to you and they just get in your face and they start acting stupid. You're gonna use your gun because you feel
Well,
threatened?
I personally don't carry my gun.
Okay, I'm not asking you that.
Okay.
But my question, you said for protection, what are you protecting?
I protect my home. I protect
Okay,
my car.
that's different, right? Because when you're in your home, you have a right to defend your home. But
Absolutely.
you guess what you can't use in the state of Florida to protect your home with your gun?
What?
Deadly force. Okay? You
What do you
cannot. Meaning you can't kill them. You can
Huh?
shoot them in the leg, you can shoot them in the arm, but you can't kill. You
That's-
cannot
that's
use deadly
bullshit.
force in your home. That is the
You're
law.
gonna have to look that up because
That
I
is
don't
the
believe it
law.
Because I have.
That is the law.
Okay, you're gonna have to prove that. to
That
me.
is the law. If somebody
I'm
enters
on
your
it.
house,
I'm on it.
if somebody enters your house,
Right, I'm just
that
gonna
does,
shoot.
just because they enter doesn't mean that you can shoot them.
What do you mean? If they forcibly break down my door,
You
I'm shooting.
cannot shoot them.
Yes, you can.
No.
Bullshit.
Oh my
I call
God.
bullshit.
I'm telling you right now, no.
Bullshit.
I'm telling you no. It's called deadly force. You cannot. You cannot do that. Not in the state of Florida.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, look, we have some comments here. We have some comments here. People who use guns for sports like hunting have a need for a gun. Correct. If you have a need for it, that's totally different. Like, yes, for hunting. But I'm just saying, just in general, just to have a gun. You say to protect your house. All right, cool. Again, somebody can enter your house. Right? Somebody
I'm
can enter.
shooting you.
Why?
Because you don't belong in my house.
Okay, but what
You
did
broke
they, but
into
what
my
did
house.
they, but what did they do to you? What did they do? They broke into your house. Did they steal something?
It doesn't.
Did they steal something?
I believe you are incorrect in that. I'm
Did they
100%
steal
I believe-
something?
If you're coming, if you're an
Okay.
intruder, well, if you don't live in that domicile and you
But
wanna
if you
invite
don't
an
ask any
intruder,
questions and that
that's
person
already
walks in and you
illegal.
shoot them, what did you
That's
do to them?
already illegal.
It's illegal. Then what happened with the cops who knocked on the door?
You're
Person
talking
was
about-
standing
you're
there,
talking about cops
and then they
now.
shoot
Okay,
someone.
No,
I
you're
got
talking
you.
about cops.
I got you right now.
Talk to me.
All right. According to Mander Law Group,
That's a law firm.
right, Florida has some of the toughest firearm laws. However, Florida does have one unique law that stands out. The state's stand your ground, quote unquote, law is unlike the self-defense laws in other states, which state that you must retreat first before using firearm, knife, or other type
I
of
only went to fucking law school for 4 years, but I don't know the
This
shit.
means that before you shoot or attempt to kill the person, you must back away.
Yeah, but that's not someone coming into your
Hold
home.
on.
Yes.
No, it's not. Where are you backing away in your own house?
Listen, it says you must run or otherwise try to escape your attacker before using a weapon.
But if somebody enters, this is what I'm saying. If somebody enters your home,
The weapon
right?
must be your last resort.
And they don't have a weapon, they don't have anything. They break into your house.
Right.
You can, yes, point the gun at them, but you can't shoot to kill.
Hello, I'm not a cop. How do I know it? I'm just gonna point and shoot.
You can't shoot
That's
to
all
kill.
it-
Shoot
I'm
them
not
in the
trained.
leg. You can shoot them in the
Oh,
leg.
so okay, and if I miss because I'm so trained, I'm so trained. No.
Well, guess what you should have done before you got your gun, mother effer? You
You're
should have
supposed
trained.
to train, yeah, absolutely. But I'm sorry. I'm gonna still look it up.
I will run away to the next room.
Yeah, okay, I'm running away
No,
from
you
the
don't run
kitchen
away.
to the living room. I ran away from my perpetrator. Now I'm gonna shoot your ass.
You don't run away. You
So
don't.
what happens when you trying to get people to getting carjacked? And then where are you gonna run away to?
Okay, but if you're getting carjacked, more often than not, when you're getting carjacked, guess what you're being done? What they're doing? They're threatening you with something, right? They're threatening your life. So if
Not
someone,
necessarily get out the car. And if
okay,
they're not
but
brandishing,
I'm sorry, but if somebody comes up to me and tells me get out my car, they better show me a gun or a knife. They
How?
better do
If
something.
they're brandishing something like that, right? And you
I
say,
need to see it.
Oh, really? That's
I'm
what
not- I'm
you're
gonna call
wait
their
for?
bluff.
You're gonna wait for it?
Show me your gun.
You're gonna wait for it?
Show me your fucking
It's like-
gun.
Yo, it's like robbing a bank and you got your figure in your pocket. Like, yeah, okay, yo,
Well-
give me your money. Give me your money. Look, that looks like a gun.
It doesn't look like a gun.
And what? No, yes, it does.
It does not.
I wish I
It
had
look-
my gun so I could put it under my shirt.
Trayvon Martin wasn't in anyone's house. That is correct. Trayvon Martin wasn't in anyone's house. And unfortunately, what happened? What happened? Because a little, I call him un policía de palito because that's what he was. He was a policía de palito, and I don't even think he had a stick. And he still, and he used the stand your ground defense. It's just crazy. It is. He is protecting his cute face. He need a gun. Jay, he don't need a gun. He's protecting his cute face. You have no proper training is yet another reason not to have a gun. You have no proper training.
I I do have training, so I don't know what y'all talking.
But you just said that if I
but you
miss,
don't have
if I
training.
shoot and I
Well,
miss.
yeah, I'm playing devil's and most people don't. They get their CPW and then they do no
CPW?
concealed permit. Concealed weapon permit. So
Okay, so it's CWP.
CWP, that's what I mean.
Get it right.
Dyslexia is kicking in right now.
His killer went on to do more. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They basically gave that guy the green light just to do whatever he wanted to do. And he has been in the news a lot. And he has gotten away with a lot, unfortunately.
SMP, you did not finish reading the whole article. You did not give the whole context.
Is this from
Thank
the
you.
same thing?
Same thing. Mother effers here, bro. Okay, a person, I'm going to start where he left off. A person does not have to, wait. The law allows, Florida Stand Your Ground law does not require this. The law allows a person to use deadly force anytime they are at risk of bodily harm
Okay.
or they feel their life is threatened.
Okay.
A person does not have a duty to retreat. This
Okay,
is Florida.
okay, but-
Wait, I'm not finished. Stay in your lane. As long as they are not trespassing onto someone else's property, they can use deadly force to defend themselves.
What did they say? Say it again?
As long as they are not trespassing onto someone else's property, they can
Okay.
use deadly force
Unless-
to defend. They can use, let me finish. They can use a weapon in a home, outside in a parking lot, in a restaurant, movie theater, and other areas.
Deadly force. What's deadly force,
They
Papa?
can use guns if they are in areas where concealed
Deadly
weapons are allowed.
force.
This is why a Florida man will not face criminal charges for using a weapon.
Using a weapon is different from deadly force.
was
You can use
recently
your weapon. What I just said. You could shoot, but you can't shoot to kill.
I'm not finished, I'm not
You
finished.
can't shoot to kill. He doesn't
It
understand the difference
it
between
doesn't
deadly
say
force.
it. It doesn't say. I'm
Deadly
defending myself.
force. Deadly force.
No.
Deadly force
No.
is different from shooting.
The law allows a person to use deadly force anytime they are at risk for bodily harm.
Okay,
They feel threatened.
okay.
Like,
Somebody
if someone
walks
breaks
into
into
your-
my home.
Okay.
I feel threatened.
How? Bodily force.
No,
Look,
listen,
bodily
listen.
force.
If they feel their life is
Okay,
threatened.
how?
You
Somebody.
walk into my house, you don't belong.
Okay.
So
How
I'm
are you
shooting you.
threatening?
Why?
How is it threatening? You're
Oh,
gonna use
so-
deadly force.
Yeah, so someone's coming into
No,
your
if
house.
somebody walks into your house,
No, not
blazing,
walls.
somebody,
No
whatever
walls.
they do,
They can have a knife. They can
trust
have
me.
anything.
Look, try
They
it,
can have-
try it, because when you in jail without no bail, don't call my motherfucking ass, because I ain't helping you, because I'm letting you know
Whatever.
that yes, you can't. You have to read case law. You have. That's how you. That's how
So
you
what?
basically
Okay,
get.
so explain to me. What are you supposed to do if somebody breaks into your house?
Somebody breaks into your house, you have a gun. Yes, can you point the gun and tell them you need to retreat? You can call the police.
Right.
You could shoot them, but you can't use deadly
And
force.
then
You
they
can't
come at
shoot
you.
to kill because the person.
How do you know what
Because
shoot to
the
kill?
person
Shoot to
didn't
kill
do
is
anything.
actually a perspective.
Trust me, with
I didn't
deadly
mean
force.
to shoot to kill. I just pressed the trigger. There you go.
But that's not a defense.
Why is not a defense?
What they're gonna ask you, what did the other person do that
He
led
came
to?
at me,
Okay, that's different.
and I saw a knife because it was dark.
That is different. They don't find a knife, you up fucking shit
No,
street.
it doesn't matter. It was dark. I don't care.
They don't find the knife.
That's some bullshit. You're in my fucking space. Get away from my fucking
It's
personal
that,
space.
and this is why I tell you it's very difficult, and that's why a lot of people don't understand when it comes to criminal law. There are elements. Okay, every law has an element, and if you can take one of those elements, and if you can harp on that element and miss that element, that is why a lot of guilty individuals go off scot-free. Okay.
Verbiage is
Okay,
important.
you have to understand that there's like every word of a law, every word of a law means something. And if you don't have, you're missing that one word, that is what they're gonna harp on, and that's the hard part. I learned that, and it was just like, oh my God, I have to prove this, and I have to prove that, and I have to prove this, and I have to prove that,
You
because
try to take my car, you try to come into my house, I'm taking you out.
I understand. But guess what? You're gonna go to jail without no bail.
Maybe, maybe not. You don't know.
Jail without. I mean, you have to be in a life. It has to be a life or death situation. Heat of passion. Heat of passion. Why do you think a lot of people get away with heat of passion? I didn't think. I just reacted, and I ended up killing this person. And blah blah blah. It's a heat of passion. You don't get first degree for that.
That's what I'm gonna. That's all.
That's
I'm gonna use that. I
that's-
thought it was my ex-girlfriend walking in, and I had to shoot
That's
because of the heat of passion.
involuntary. That's involuntary manslaughter. I didn't have not even a millisecond to think. You don't have.
I
It's
felt
just.
threatened.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
She's
your
a
intent.
crazy
The jury
bitch. That's why
decides.
I'm not fucking with
There
her.
have been a number of cases where a spouse was killed and the other said, "Oh, I was startled and didn't know who it
Maria,
was."
I love you. Thank you for the-
Absolutely.
See, Maria got me for commissary. Coño. That's a real friend. She got my commissary already set up. I'm good. I'm gonna be swapping cigarettes for Twinkies, baby. There we go.
Judy says she can hear you chewing your pizza. That's nasty.
She's lying. You are so lying. Cause I only swallow. Okay. Hey, you.
Okay.
But this is what I'm saying.
I
As
swallow
far
whole.
as
Whoa.
free will,
Was.
there's a limit with free will. You know what I mean? There are some things that yes, we don't have the freedom to do what we want, because again, there are consequences to that. But to
But
take
you
away,
still technically have the freedom to do it. It's just you're gonna face those.
this is what.
consequences.
Did I not just say that?
I don't know.
Are you not listening to me? Because I think I just said that. I think I just said. I said that.
I'm still just thinking about my ex-girlfriend coming into my house. I gotta shoot her.
Oh my god.
She could be coming into you. She could be breaking in your house to be like, "I love you." Pow,
Wow.
bitch. No.
Mother effer. Where you at?
No, but Rebecca makes a good point. There was who was he a runner with the amputated leg?
Oh yes, out in Europe. He was famous. He Olympics.
He
and
was
all the
very,
Paralympics,
very
yes.
right.
And he
And
killed his wife.
well, allegedly he woke up in the middle of the night. He didn't know. He thought she was an intruder, and he shot her. And they charged him criminally.
Yeah, but that was a fake ass story. That's why it wasn't.
How?
actually
Why
true.
was it fake? I was defending myself. I felt threatened.
That's
I
not
felt
what
somebody
happened.
walked into the house.
Yeah, but it wasn't. That didn't
What
happen.
happened?
Well, you know.
What happened?
Huh?
What happened?
Oh, I don't remember.
I just finished telling you what the fuck happened. He didn't know it was his wife, allegedly, and he shot
But
her
he was found guilty.
in the
though,
bathroom. Of course he did.
because the story didn't make sense.
Okay, why didn't the story make sense?
No, that's what they said. The story didn't make
But
sense.
again,
That's the story he told.
using your story. Someone's in my room. I have no clue who it is,
Right. That's
and
the
I
story,
shoot them.
but that wasn't the truth.
Okay, so if somebody's
I'm
in your
saying-
room. If somebody's in your room,
I wish someone was in my room.
because you've been so lonely. You've been so lonely.
I've been so lonely.
He's been so lonely.
The body pillows.
Roberto said, "Hi,
Gilberto.
Gilberto. If someone breaks into my house and I'm home with my family, I have to protect them by any means necessary." I totally understand that. But what you one has to understand is someone can break into your home, and if you have a gun, yes. Can you point the gun at them and tell them get the fuck out? But if that person has nothing on their person, if they're not threatening you in any way, shape, or form,
So
trust
what are
me
you
when I
supposed
tell
to
you.
ask? 20 questions?
No.
Wait. Before you continue, let's go down the list. You have a weapon. Are you going to be malicious? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, Pistorius. What's
Huh?
the guy's name? The guy, the amputee guy.
Yes,
Pistorius,
yes, just like that guy, yes, who shot his girlfriend and killed her. He said he was startled. This is what I'm trying to say.
But he actually tried to kill her. That was the story.
He didn't
though.
try.
No,
He
did.
killed her.
No, but it wasn't because she was intruding. He killed her like he wanted to kill her. It wasn't that. That's the story he came up with. But
I
he actually wanted
understand.
to kill her.
I understand, but what was his
I don't want to
defense?
kill my ex-girlfriend, but she's coming into my house. So
So they break in and we have to ask open-ended. You don't ask open-ended questions, but if the individual's breaking into your home and they don't actually have anything to threaten you with, where you feel threatened, you feel, for example, a lot of people don't understand assault and battery are two different things.
explain, Lucy.
Please.
Okay, assault. This is an assault. You motherfucker, I'm gonna kick your ass, you motherfucker, da, da, da. What is a battery? That's a battery.
Oh.
That's a battery, right? But if I do this, now if I tell you I'm gonna kick your ass, that's not an assault.
That's a threat.
No.
What is that?
I'm gonna kick your ass. But if I'm like this, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass. Or if I'm like this, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass, you motherfucker. That's
Listen,
an
I got a
assault.
white shirt. No
It's
fucking-
okay. You have a washing machine. You can wash. There's a
Wine is hard
difference.
to get off clothes, okay? I just let you know.
I have a wine remover thing. I have everything for wine.
Of course you do.
Of course I do, because
Fucking
if you get a
lush.
wine stain, you need that. And I drink a lot of wine. But yeah, you know, it's just, there's a lot. There's a lot. And I know it's hard to sometimes wrap your head around it. These fucking lights are really bright and they're really hot.
No, it's just as hot up here.
I think I'm just like engaged in the whole conversation.
It's the wine, bitch.
Not the wine, not
It's
the wine.
It's the wine.
Save the wine, save the wine.
Word.
No, but yeah, you know, again, going down to free will, it is very, you know, there's some things that, yes, we have the will and the freedom to do, but then there's some things that we shouldn't take into our own hands. That's the hard
No,
part.
we have the freedom to do anything we want to do. There's just certain things that if we do them,
That is not true.
What?
really? What is it that something you can't do right now?
We have laws
No,
that
no, no.
restrain
What?
us.
Okay, give me a law.
If I do something, but yeah, you're right. You're right. But
No,
remember,
wait, say
it's,
that again.
vete pa'l carajo is what I said. You're right. You are so right. Yes, we have the freedom to do whatever we want to do, but we gotta understand using that freedom,
Thank you, Green Room. Thank you, Green Room. Appreciate it.
using that freedom that we do have. We have to understand that behind those freedoms are consequences.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
I concur.
Right, and here's the thing. That's where the law comes into play. That's where we have things that try to control what we do, and some are necessary and some are not necessary.
The question is not the freedom of will, is how other entities are trying to control what decisions you should make with certain situations. You know what I'm saying? So in that instance is where they're trying to take, you don't have a choice type of thing, because they're going to put as many bad consequences to whatever choice you make. So you get deterred to make that choice. You know, and that's what it is. And slowly but surely, we start here, then they're gonna open this up, and it's a domino effect. And all of a sudden, every single choice or decision that we're gonna make, they want to control.
It's just like with the LGBTQ community. Why do people want to dictate who other people love? Why? And they're intimate with. I can't wrap my head around it, because I love you. We're of the opposite sex.
You better.
Right? I don't better shit.
You better.
I choose to.
You better.
It's my free will. But
No, you have no choice. See, you have none. I don't understand. That's right there. You have no choice.
no, but at the end of the day, like, how does it affect? I want to know. For example, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you're, anti-LGBTQ plus, right? How does it affect you?
Doesn't.
How does it affect you, for example, if, and I'm going to use my daughter. My daughter is full-blown gay. Okay, so I'm going to use my daughter.
I wouldn't say she's full blown.
What the fuck is not full-blown?
She is Lord.
She's Lord of the
She is
Gays.
Lord, so she's not
She's
full
Lord of the
blown.
Gays.
She controls them.
Yeah, she's Lord of the Gays.
She's the overseer.
But here's my thing. At the end of the day, like, well, how does it affect you that my daughter is gay?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Right. Right?
Doesn't-
You
my
could be
life does not
anti.
change.
So that's why I'm not understanding. What the fuck do we care that people decide that they either want to be one way, or they want to be another way, or they want to love certain people, however they. What difference does it make
How
to
they
you?
want to identify themselves, you know.
If it
the only
doesn't-
time it affects me is like, okay, I don't know what to call you, so
What
I give
pronoun?
up. I say, what's your name? What's your name? I call you by your name, Mr., Mrs., yes sir, yes ma'am. That's it.
And I get it. I get the whole. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I give kudos to parents now who are deciding that they're going to give their children gender neutral names, right? Because they're not defining them.
Sky.
Everything is defined. Everything now is it's no longer defined like we used to, and it was because this is how we were all raised, right? If you're a girl, you're a girl, and you have to have a girl name, and you have to wear pink, and you have to play with dolls.
No, I wear pink.
That is as an adult, but did your mother put you in pink?
No.
Okay.
But she still dressed
Exactly.
me.
I remember
still upset about
listen.
that.
I remember one incident that I had where, and at this point, it wasn't even that I knew what that my daughter was gay or not, but they were cute. I got my daughter girl boxer shorts. Girl, it was fucking girls Fruit of the Loom boxer shorts. And her grandma called me and said, "Why you bought her boy underwears?" The fucking package said girls. Girls. And because they were boxer shorts for girls, an issue.
Women have always been wearing men clothing forever.
I love fucking boxer shorts. They're the best thing next to chopped liver. What's the problem?
I can't wear heels anymore because my feet are hurt.
And here's my thing. Here's my thing. It's okay for a heterosexual woman to kiss another heterosexual woman, but it is not okay for a lesbian to kiss another lesbian. Explain that to me.
Explain. I just want to kiss someone.
Bendito.
Bendito.
You forgot how to kiss?
Yeah, I forgot all that.
He forgot how to kiss. He forgot.
I have no free will on that.
Yeah, I hate Sasha. I hate pink, and I'll tell you this: I put makeup on, but if it was up to me, I wouldn't put makeup on. And when I say I put makeup on periodically, not all the time. I don't need to put like 100 plasters, a fucking.
That doesn't count.
Huh?
You have tattoos. That doesn't count.
You have tattoo.
I have tattoo makeup because I like my life easier.
That doesn't count.
It's called I don't have time in the morning to put eyeliner on and to fucking put 100 pounds of mascara.
Well, wake up early.
And I don't mind if I could put, no, I put makeup on. I put makeup on for special occasions and things like that, but I don't need to wear makeup each and every day. I don't need to spend 20 hours putting 20 pounds of makeup.
See, Rebecca said I cannot wear a seatbelt without consequences. Yeah, there's a lot of things.
I cannot wear a seat. Yeah, well, I heard in New York, speaking of seatbelts,
Even
I
in
was
the
just
back.
in New York, and all of a sudden now and I heard this was in law for a very long time. You have to wear seatbelts in the back now.
yes. Been
And
like
it's
that
funny
for a
because
minute.
Ben had his sister and his niece here yesterday, and she was in the back and she put her seatbelt on. And I mean, I was like thankful for that because we didn't have to tell her to put it on. But at the end of the day, I was just like, oh, I didn't know that.
And it's the driver doesn't get the ticket. It's every individual. So if you're the passenger, or
Is that the case?
That's
the case.
amazing.
No, because they changed it because originally.
Imagine you driving, you don't notice. The guy in the back is like, oh, I didn't put my seatbelt on. And you get a ticket because
Yeah.
the guy didn't get, no.
Yeah. It used to be like that. The driver used to be held accountable for
Well,
the
shouldn't the
passenger
driver?
because
Okay,
the
so free will,
pass-
free will. Shouldn't the driver? Okay, so you have the free will because you, sir, I'm gonna just throw you under the bus right now.
Like always.
This is how Nelson wears his seatbelt. This is an example.
This?
Your seatbelt is supposed to go like this. Am I correct?
It goes around the
Go
waist
around?
and the shoulder.
Am I
yeah.
correct, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like this, right?
It
This is
makes
the
it-
seatbelt.
it's like a-
This is Nelson. Seatbelt is already in the car.
Uh-huh.
Seatbelt is not in the front.
But I
Seatbelt is
put
in the
I
back.
put my seatbelt over here.
What's the point? No. His seatbelt is not even here.
Behind.
Yes,
His
it is.
seatbelt, you're such a lie. Your seatbelt part is here. The part that's supposed to go this
You're
way, where is it?
incorrect. You're
Nelson
incorrect. I'm
Martinez.
gonna correct you.
Miss-
The part that goes here is what
It's there.
bothers me. It's actually behind me. It's already clipped in. I sit down and I bring the
Nelson?
shoulder strap.
I've never seen that shoulder strap around you ever. I
Yes, it
only
is.
see this part.
We can go to my car right
Because
now.
the seat,
Rob,
how do
Rob,
you get in and your
wait,
seatbelt?
no,
He
wait,
gets in and his
Rob,
seatbelt
go
is already.
downstairs to my car, take a picture of how it is right now, and bring it up. 100%. That's the way it is.
Judy,
You can confirm that.
wait, hold on. Judy, and you're gonna go downstairs and do that too?
Yeah.
Siéntate ahí, siéntate ahí. Don't go nowhere. You have the free will to sit your ass back down there and not have to go up 2 flights of stairs.
To go do that.
Look, in New Jersey, you can't pump your own gas. I don't even understand. What are you gonna do if you don't pump your own gas? You gonna steal gas?
Maybe
No.
I need to understand that. I know, but I'm like, she just said it. I'm like,
I know.
that is crazy.
Yeah, I-
Judy said, my daughter had a pair of Nike high tops and a boy told her why she's wearing boy sneakers. And she said, you're stupid. Sneakers do not have a gender. Judy, tell my baby that I got Nike high tops and I wear them.
Don't
They're
hurt
right
yourself.
here.
Don't-
Or spill the wine.
Or spill the wine and break the glass, bro.
Don't talk in June. That's rude.
You're right.
That's disgusting. That's one of my pet peeves. Don't fucking talk in June. But yes, I have my Nikes. Look. I have my Nikes. So yes, Nikes are gender effing neutral sneakers, and that's all it is. That's all it is. But I feel that again, does it bother you?
No.
Why does it bother you?
Are you paying
Why?
my bills?
Are you
No?
paying my
Okay.
fucking bills? Are you
pay
cleaning my
gas
ass?
in- You pay gas in my car that you gotta
This
tell me
is-
how I wear my seatbelt?
No, I'm gonna tell you how to wear your seatbelt, mother effer, because if God forbid we're ever in an accident, I don't want to see your ass flying out the goddamn freaking phone with you.
I'm strapped.
Nelson
I'm strapped.
Martinez.
Remember, for many years, the cars didn't have seatbelts.
I don't give a shit. For
And then
many
they
years,
developed just this one, and then they developed the other harness,
it
right?
doesn't matter. You wear
I
it
use
correctly.
it because I don't like the doot.
Wear it
with the
correctly.
seatbelt on. That's so annoying. That's why it never goes on. I don't
That's
even
why I
do
have on my shoestring.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do makeup. I just do a little eye makeup and
Alberto,
lipstick
look, Alberto
when
does
I'm
the
really
same thing.
going out. I
Alberto
do the
does-
same thing. But again, what the fuck? If it's meant for you to, if it's meant to protect you, why are you not putting your
helmets
seatbelt
are,
on.
helmets are meant to protect you, and here in Florida,
Florida is a fucking different beast.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Florida
wear a
don't give a
helmet.
fuck about nobody.
Here, in motorcycles here, you don't have to wear a helmet. Absolutely
Yes,
not.
and you
That's
take-
crazy. Yeah,
yeah.
you can ride here
Without a helmet.
Without a helmet.
That
Without a
is
helmet.
worse because Florida drivers are crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're
If
not,
you're driving a
I don't think they're
motorcycle
crazy. They
without
just don't know how to
helmet,
drive.
Yes,
This is my pet peeve.
that's true.
I got a lot of
There's ¿cómo se dice?
They
Mucha
stress me
cultura
out over
junta.
here.
Mucha cultura junta y nunca.
They don't know how to merge. They don't know how to exit ramp. They don't
It
know
stops
which
the belt from.
lane.
Okay,
Yes, the
but
belt
I
from
understand. But if it's meant to be worn a specific way to protect
No.
you, why are you not wearing it in that fashion?
No.
I understand it's your free will, but explain it to me. And don't tell me that you feel
Because it's
uncomfortable.
It's
For me,
really
it's
uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable for me.
Exactly.
It's uncomfortable for me. But at the end of the day, I mean, if I get into a really, God forbid, serious car accident, at the minimum, and I understand sometimes how
Rob
to
did
take
it. Rob did it. There we go. Rob, show her the picture. I don't even have to see it.
You got the Corolla, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have it off because I was cleaning it. Oh yeah.
He don't even got the shit on.
Yeah, I was
Lies. Where the fuck is the fairy tales and motherfucking lies button? You better.
I was
wait.
vacuuming
Oh,
the car.
wait. Fairy tales and lies. There you go. Fairy tales and lies.
Yeah,
You see?
I was vacuuming today, so yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's strapped in. If you strap it in, this side.
But there's
you
a
can't-
purpose to it.
I understand there's a purpose, but it bothers me, and I don't want to hear the ding. Just like people wear sneakers and they don't tie their sneakers, they can trip and fall and die, but they choose not to tie their fucking
They
sneakers.
could trip and fall and die. Okay, no.
Okay.
However,
There you
everybody
go.
has free will.
Absolutely. But there can be consequences to your choices. That's all it is.
Religion. We're gonna hit religion.
Can I do paz y amor? We're gonna have a
That's
segment.
solid.
Can we do a segment? Así. Wow.
Religion.
Los
Honestly,
números,
when
así,
it comes to
Sagitario,
religion,
Géminis. Estamos
No.
Géminis.
that's the you're
Oh my
doing
God,
predictions,
yes.
mother. You're not doing religion.
You
That's
telling me Walter
religion.
Mercado wasn't religious?
I don't know what Muerte Mercado was. What he was a predict.
He
He
was-
was a predictor
He was
of the
fabulous.
horoscopes. Okay, that's what
Pero
he
que,
was.
que Dios le dio ese poder.
Okay, I don't know if God gave him that power or
Eso es lo
not.
que
He
digo.
had that ability.
Astrólogo.
That he's an astrologer, and that's fine. But where he got that, I don't know. Listen, I could sit here and tell you you're Gemini and you're motherfucking Two-Faced. Why? Because I know Geminis are Two-Faced.
No, we're not two-faced.
Cancer.
We have multiple personalities.
I'm a fucking
that-
crab, and I can tell you I'm a motherfucking crab.
You are.
Yes.
We don't.
All right.
We're not two-faced. We have multiple personalities.
That's even worse.
No, it's not.
That is fucking even worse.
Two.
Bipolar
Two
motherfucker.
of me? That's amazing. What are you talking about?
No.
Two of me?
Multiple. First of all,
People. Two of me. Come on.
First of
Come
all,
on,
multiple
hello.
personalities means that there are not two of you. That means that there are multiple of you.
Of you.
Because
That's even
each
worse.
personality is different.
How do you? Not really. Why could that be? Yes, you're right. Multiple personalities.
You know what? I don't
But,
even want
I can- but there's two of me. There's a nice me and there's a nicer me. There's a sweet me. There's a.
Motherfucker, you like that in your normal self. Just you. One person.
Okay, right.
Okay, because you could be Krabby Patty and you could be nice.
When have
my
I been
God.
crabby?
Oh, you get crabby.
When?
You get
When?
crabby, especially if you're not in your environment.
When have
And
I
if
been
it's not
crabby?
your thing. Like last night, I was like, Nelson, just bop your head a little bit.
Negro. I
Oh,
was,
now I'm a Negro. You better stop it.
bro, I was outside coaching since 8 o'clock in the
Excuses.
morning.
I don't care. You're
And
not,
I was tired.
I don't care.
And I was focused
don't
on
care.
the game. Y'all were doing whatever y'all wanted to do. I wasn't bothering anybody. Why
We
would
were
I bother you?
dancing and having
Okay,
a good time,
so-
and you're there like this.
No, I was having a great time.
He's
watching
like
the
this.
game.
We're dancing. My husband was dancing. Everybody was dancing, having a great
That's
time.
called- that's
and
called
and this was
liquor.
Nelson.
I was watching the game.
Two or more distinct personalities.
Different, different
right.
personalities, but he don't. He
I
thinks
do understand. I
You
could be
know.
a nice one. I could be a fabulous Nelson. And
No.
But you
all
said,
that.
wouldn't it be good to have two of me?
At
Two of
least
me.
two.
Two of me is the same person.
Okay.
It's not multiple
All right.
personalities.
How about one of me and then a better version of me? How about that? And then a better version of me. And then we could sprinkle maybe a lower version of me somewhere in there.
Anyway, let's go back to religion and the free will of religion, because that's another thing.
There's
Why
no free
is it?
will in religion.
Well, the thing is, why is it that I had someone the other day try to like impose the fact that, you know, their religion, right, supports,
Look, Rebecca says,
Pro-life.
I'm a Gemini. Hello.
and that's fine. You're a Gemini. Listen, he's my ace. He's a Gemini. My homegirl Virginia, may she rest in peace, who shares the same birthday as him.
Wow,
He's a Gemini.
Two-Face.
My
They call it
daughter's a
Two-Face.
Gemini. My dad's a Gemini, and I have much love for Geminis. I don't have anything against
You
Geminis.
got- oh, there's no free
It
will
was
there.
just
I don't have a free will either.
There you go.
you're a Gemini as well. You see, we have a
When's
lot of
your birthday?
Geminis.
June 3rd.
Third.
Wait, what?
June
Yeah.
3rd.
You're June
What?
3rd?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you said June 3rd, and Virginia, may she rest in peace, is June 3rd.
Yeah. Wow.
No wonder he loves me so much, and I love him so much.
¿Quién vi-
I love you with all my heart. You know that nobody tops that. You know he won't top that. He won't ever top that. I know.
Lying.
Your sister, and so you're not twins, but you were born on the same day.
What?
No, I'm asking Rebecca. She says my sister and I have the same birthday.
That's funny.
If she's not a twin, it may mean she's a twin, but it may mean that she was born maybe years later on the same day. People drinking and getting behind the wheel is just insane. That is free will, but it is also criminal.
Well,
Absolutely.
As consequences to it.
Yeah.
Wow, I've met two people that have the same birthday. Not even met, like actually have a relationship with, which is cool.
That's awesome. I love Geminis.
That's a rarity.
10 years apart. That you see, that's awesome. 10 years apart. And your sister's born.
Geminis are awesome, right?
No,
Rob?
Geminis are amazing.
Absolutely, yeah.
I love Geminis. I get along with Geminis. I don't have anything against Geminis at all. And as you know,
No, I'm not gonna say anything.
no, I get
And
along
what are
with
you?
Cancer.
She's my
Oh.
boo. She's my boo.
Wow.
We right here,
Because
we
you're
right
a
here.
Cancer too.
I am a
My
Cancer.
ex-wife was a Cancer.
Oh, excuse
Gooey.
me. Excuse me.
Well, you know, when I met your ex-wife and she found out I was a Cancer, the first thing she said is, "Oh, and he gets along with you?"
Oh.
Yeah, boom. Because you're a different breed of a Cancer.
Absolutely.
You're a different breed. You know.
Cancers have two. You either get along with them or you hate them. It's either or.
Judy, I love Aries. Aries also, I get along with a lot of Aries as well. His mean person is the one that is always on my ass. Yeah, anyway, there's a part of him that, yes.
Sasha, I'm not on your ass. Lies.
Benjamin, you're a Leo. You're just like my mom, and we bump heads. Facts, and that's okay.
My daughter's a Leo.
But religion. Listen, whatever religion anyone practices, I respect. And that is your free will. You have your right to choose your religion. Why try to force your religion on me, right? You know, and it's like you said, the Bible, there's not just one, there's different versions of it. Everyone, even when we read a book, we can all read the same book
Interpreted differently.
and have a different interpretation. And your beliefs are your beliefs, my beliefs are my beliefs. I'm not gonna take it away from you, but don't fucking start telling me read the Bible and the Bible says this, because I could read the same shit that you just read, and guess what I could tell you? I am not reading this verse the same way you're reading it. Okay, and I'm not gonna allow someone else who's sitting at a pulpit to then tell me this is what this verse means. You haven't been in church in a very long time.
I haven't.
But and I don't go to church. I will tell you straight up. I was born and raised a Catholic. But I am not. I don't go to church. I pray. I have my conversations with my higher being, which is in my case God. But at the end of the day, I am not going to force anyone, you know, and tell someone you should read the Bible. You should read the Bible. You should read the Bible.
You should read the Bible. The Bible's actually.
If
a
you
very
want to read the
exciting
Bible, you
thing.
read the Bible.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not
perfectly
saying
fine.
read my Bible.
Listen, here's the interesting part. I don't know if anyone have seen this, and I think I may have said this on the show, but there is a producer who has created a streaming show called The Chosen, and in his spiel regarding this, The Chosen, and it's an app that you download. It's a free app, and they're on season 2. They're now creating season 3, and he really says, listen, this is not about one type of religion. This is about the scripture and what is written in the scriptures. These are the stories in the scriptures, and it is so powerful. So super powerful. I watched it from beginning to end. I can't wait for season 3 to come out. But you know, it's an interpretation, and how a group of different individuals from different religions came to a table, and he has this on a video, and they interpreted the Bible.
But this is the crazy thing. Like I said, I actually read the Bible. The Bible I found it so interesting because the Bible, if you really thought about what the Bible is about conflict, war, tragedy, fighting. It is an action flick for most of the Bible until you get into Genesis and all that. But for the chunk of what the most people know what the Bible is, it is an action adventure flick.
Yeah.
Because it's people are dying left
But
and
that's
right.
your interpretation. I'm just saying.
Well, it's not an interpretation. They talk about
Well,
killing
no, but this
and
is
war.
you're saying that it is more like an action flick.
Well,
That's
yeah,
your
that's,
interpretation.
yeah, that's the way I saw it. Because
Yeah.
I went through the Bible. I'm like, wow, this ain't boring. I was like, oh, this is fun. I'm waiting to see the next chapter and see what's going to happen next.
Yeah. If acknowledging religion and gender were indoctrinable, everyone would be straight and a Bible thumper. This is a hot topic for me. Yeah. Believing there is, in fact, a scripture is an opinion.
Judy, this pizza is good, Judy.
My brothers share a birthday and they are like 12 years apart. I'm just going back and forth and I'm reading messages. In the Bible and religion, there is no free will. There is a belief of determination. Who said that? Is that Jay? That is Jay. No, and I understand there is no free will. There is free will as far as just religion is concerned, right? But when someone, I had a cousin literally tell me, you are going to hell. You know why he said I'm going to hell?
First cousin, second cousin, or third cousin?
This is the first cousin.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm going to hell is because number one, I got tattoos all over my body.
Oh, my God.
And then because number two, I accepted my daughter for being gay. And you know what I told him? I said, well, guess what? I will meet you in hell because you're just telling me that I'm going to hell. Just that alone is enough.
He's not welcome in our party.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Just you telling me that I'm going to hell, guess what you're doing?
Don't judge.
Exactly.
Mind your business.
Exactly.
Stay in your lane.
So where the fuck you think you're gonna go? I said, where you think you're gonna go? Telling me that I'm going to hell. Who the fuck are you to tell me to go to hell? And he looked at me, and I was like, if you could tell
feel
me
threatened?
that, no,
Oh, okay.
no. But I was like, I said, listen, if I'm going to hell, guess what? I'll meet you there, Papa, because you right with me. Because you you didn't do anything good right about now.
It's getting hot in here. That's gonna be the theme down there.
Where's my VIP?
What? It's a fire.
No, but you know,
Burning mother.
my thing with that, I think I'm frozen on IG, but my thing with that is like, yeah, like, don't tell me where I'm gonna go and what I'm gonna do because what I'm doing. Oh, but don't worry, say sorry in a wood box and confess will be. Girl, Rebecca, let's not go to that. Let's not go to that because those tears at I told Nelson, if there's anybody that fucking comes to my coffin to say sorry to me for whatever,
I thought you wanted to
we're
get
gonna have a fight.
cremated.
Who the fuck's like? First of all,
I'm sorry. Hello. Yeah, why you gotta talk to me
cremation,
that way? God.
cremation and being in a coffin are two different things.
Te pueden velar.
Thank
Then
you.
cremate.
Two things, two different things.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you for clarifying. I don't know. I've never been there before.
That's such a lie because you just told me the other day that while working, you decided you were in a funeral home and you decided to get into a casket.
Yeah, I just wanted to know how it felt while I was alive.
I'm not even gonna
before I
touch that.
died.
I'm not
No, you test drive it.
I can't.
You put my body in a casket while I'm dead. Does it really matter? Because I'm not feeling it.
You're calling.
Rebecca, I don't know if you've heard it by Taylor Swift. It's called Ricochet Tears. Very powerful song. And it centers around what you just said as far as say sorry in a wood box and confess. Yeah,
Listen, Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, that's the one you told me
It's
to
called
listen
Ricochet. Yeah, but you don't ever listen to anything that I
to?
tell
I
you
did
to
listen to it. I'm just not a fan of Taylor Swift. That's it.
But you don't have to be
I listened
you
to
don't
it.
have to
I
be
listened to it.
That's another thing. Free will to listen to certain type of music. Just because you're not a fan of Taylor Swift herself doesn't mean that her songs don't have meaning.
I never said that. I said I'm not
Okay,
a fan.
but you're not a fan of Taylor Swift.
But I listened to it. Just
But
like
you're
you
still
told
not
me
a
to.
fan.
You told I'm not a fan.
There's a lot of things you're not a fan of. You're not a fan of boxing. You're not a fan
Because it's corrupted.
of certain people. You're not a fan
Oh,
of
I'm
a lot
not
of
a fan
things.
of certain people, and they know it.
We're not gonna get personal here today. We're not gonna get personal. I told you we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, but yeah, you getting pus on your fingers again?
Yeah.
I hate you. You better go clean your hands. That's so nasty. And you just ate all that pizza and you put pus all over that pizza.
Oh my God. There's no pus. Absolutely none. I have a mosquito. It's like a little mosquito bite. That's what it is. That's when.
Anybody wants to
bite
chime in about any topics regarding free will and others trying to control your free will or your will to have
Some
freedom.
other people trying to control your decisions and what you should say and do and things of that nature.
I think we're all guilty about that.
Some more than others.
I think we're guilty. We're guilty because, again, when other people come to us with their situations, we have a tendency to give them advice, but sometimes our advice. Can you let me finish? Can you let me finish? Can we let me finish?
Yes, finish the story.
Thank you. We tend to give them advice, but sometimes we get upset when that advice isn't taken, and then that's when the control factor comes in.
And that's why
Rebecca wants to be bitten. Rebecca.
I say bite me. Then what? And what do we decide to do?
What?
Give advice when asked.
Yeah, you don't give unsolicited advice. But
It's
even
like,
when you.
Are you sure you want me to tell you how I feel or my opinion? Are you
I
sure?
did that the other day. Somebody was like, "Can I get your honest opinion? Are you ready for it?"
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not ready, don't. If
People
you're-
say that arbitrarily because that's what usually is said.
Cliche.
Without even thinking about what those words actually mean. Because most people don't like being told the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facts, super facts. Yo, did S&P go to
I don't know. Oh, he went to go pick up. He went to go pick up Nina. He should be back soon. Yeah, that's different. The free will to be, we all have a right to do what we want to do. I wasn't some time ago, I was told I was obligated to take care of my parents. I'm not obligated to do anything I don't fucking want to do.
Absolutely.
Just because they're my parents doesn't mean I'm obligated to.
You choose to.
I'm choosing to take, and I'm not even, it's not that I'm taking care of my parents. If my parents are staying in my home and they're living with me, it's a choice that they have made, right? It's not that I've said, you're going to come here, you're going to live here. They're choosing to stay here. I'm choosing to allow them to be here, because at the end of the day, who the fuck am I? I don't control anybody. Now, if you want my advice, I'll give you my advice. At the end of the day, ultimately, the decision is yours. And I'll tell you this, and I think there's many people that can vouch for me on this. If I give you my advice and you don't take my advice and shit doesn't go your way, you know what I tell people? It's okay. You made a decision. You learned your lesson. Now move on.
You hope you learn your lesson.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because here's the thing. Some people don't learn the first time, second time, third time. Some people learn, and maybe some people don't learn. And we have to accept that. And I'm not going to judge you because you haven't learned. If you're going to keep doing the same thing, that's perfectly fine. Now, if you're doing it to me, it's a different story. Stop. Te pongo los frenos. Pero if...
Boundaries?
Oh, my boundaries are fucking, amazing right now. My boundaries are don't fuck with me. And if you don't like what the hell I got to say, and if you don't like the fact that I say no, that's your problem. I can't help you.
You better never, ever tell me no.
Oh, I've told you no. What did I tell you the other day?
You tell me a lot of shit, so I'm supposed to remember everything?
What I told you the other day, stop saying that I don't listen because I don't like it. Did I not tell you that?
No? What the hell did you tell me?
You better go back to your motherfucking text messages. Go back to your text messages because I did say it. Because I'm choosing to say now what I feel. I'm not holding back and I'm not worried about whether I'm hurting your feelings or not. I'm choosing the words I'm choosing words so that they don't come across harsh, but I am being strong in what I say. I am. Many people feel the same in marriages. They feel like we did it. We must suffer through it because we have children or we're committed. They feel like free will is over and you are stuck. And that's not true. That is not true at all. I think I'm stuck on IG. My IG. Huh? Nobody has said anything? Okay, I thought it was just me.
No, not you. Usually is you, but not you this time.
But yeah, we and again, there's nothing wrong with making a decision, having that will to tell people or having the freedom to tell anyone, whether it's a family member or not, that they are not good for you, or they're not beneficial in whatever way, shape, or form. You're not being hurtful. Did you find the text?
No.
It's there. Don't fucking fake it in your phone. It's either in WhatsApp or regular.
There's so much shit. Like, I'm supposed to go back. Oh, I didn't see this one. She's going in with these babies. Whoa, okay.
But yeah, they feel like free will is over and you are stuck. Are there any topics or any areas of topics where you feel that someone's free will is either trying to be controlled or someone is abusing of their will to be free. That's the right way to say it. Because chime in, let us know. You know, we like your thoughts, we like your opinions. You guys, in the sidebar?
In the green room.
Green room, green
In the
room.
green room.
Parenting style?
Raising your kids to be what you want them to be.
Yeah, that's
So,
actually
okay,
really
okay.
big.
And what's your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts?
Whatever my kid wants to do. Obviously, like, let's say I'm a professional athlete.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James, let's say, he can't be selfish and be like, hey, you have to play basketball just because I'm LeBron James.
Agreed, yeah.
But you become a product of your environment. So if you grew up as in an athlete type of thing, you're most likely to be inclined to do sports.
Mm-hmm.
But if you choose not to do sports and do something else,
Mm-hmm.
that's where the conflict comes in. Because like military, third generation military and all that,
Mm-hmm.
or cops and all that. We're third generation this and that. Oh yeah, it's a tradition, blah blah. So it's like. It's that manipulation, that Jedi mind trick where, okay, well, yeah, your great grandfather was a cop, your grandfather was a cop, your dad was a cop.
So
You
you
need to be a
feel
cop.
like you're obligated to become a cop.
Yeah, to keep up with tradition.
The,
and
the
then-
lineage,
yeah,
the lineage.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it's not what you want them to be. That's the point. It's their choice, and that's okay. But Rebecca, here's the thing. I read not so long ago. It's in a book. It's my Boundaries book, and I don't know. I know I was guilty of this, but one of the things we do to our children that we don't realize is not allowing them to uphold their own boundaries is when, you know, a child doesn't want to hug someone or say hello to someone or kiss someone hello. What do we normally do? Because of, okay, what's the right thing to do? Be courteous. You come in, you say hello, and if it's family, dale la bendición, hug them, kiss them, and da-da-da-da, whatever. And unfortunately, if your child doesn't want that, the child doesn't want to hug somebody, they don't want to kiss somebody, they don't want to say, you know, the blessings or whatever the situation may be, we should let them do it. But of course,
Just a child?
adults, anyone,
Oh, cool.
You
anyone,
walk into your house and not acknowledge it?
I'll fuck you up.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah, I got no choice.
But
Yo.
other adults.
You want to be my friend, motherfucker? Say hi to me.
Oh.
Hey,
Got
hey,
it.
hey.
See, the streets attached to some bullshit, yo. That's crazy.
You know, and that's why I said I give kudos to parents now who are choosing to give their child gender neutral names. They're not, you know, it's a girl, it's a boy,
What are
it's a
gender
baby.
neutral names?
Charlie.
Charlie, Angel, yeah.
I don't know. Any other.
No, Charlie, Angel,
We're just talking about that.
Yeah, like,
Yes,
what the hell? I mean, Charlie and Angel have been around for decades, so it's like, and it was never, yeah, you could be a guy or a girl, like,
Yeah.
right? But now it's so emphasized.
Well, it's one of the things that, you know, that you normally do to a girl upon birth. Not upon birth, but about a month or two after birth.
Piercings?
Yeah. Right. How do you know? How do you know your daughter wants to get her ears pierced? How do you know? I'm guilty of that. Don't get me wrong. I am so guilty of that. I pierced my daughter's ears, and she didn't like them. I don't know why. At what point she took the earrings off, and I didn't let her. I didn't pierce them again. And later on in life, hi baby, I was talking about you in your face.
She walking in
I
with.
ended up liking them. What do you mean?
Hi baby, I love you.
walking
Yes.
with- you walking
You
with
see,
some
you
swag
ended
in
up
here.
right. You ended up when she, but when you decided to get your ears pierced again after I chose for you. I chose for her to get her ears pierced, and then she took off the earrings, and I went, and then she went, and she was like, "When I'm ready, I'll do it," and she got her ears pierced. Blake, Kyle, Drew, those are all gender. Yes, people are sus. I don't have my kids hug anyone. Yeah, but again, Judy, this is just from growing up, from my parents telling me, you know, oh, una falta es respeto. It's disrespectful for your child not to do
Judy,
certain
you're
things.
amazing on
But
your fact finding.
parenting
You're
style
awesome.
tú
Huh?
ves también.
We gotta give a title to Judy.
Parenting style. Como tú crías a tus hijos.
Right? Yeah, it's how you're
Tienes que
raised.
implementar the old school way and
Judy
it's not
facts.
that.
It's basically
facts.
yeah. It's how Kennedy, Jordan, yeah. You know, it's essentially how you're raised, and the thing is that everything what do we choose for our child before a child is born? The religion, the school, their names, their clothes, you know, where they're gonna live. We choose everything for our child, so we don't really give children any type of decision. Circumcision is another thing. Parents do what without having consent from the child. Yep. Circumcision was a huge decision when my son was born.
Excuse me.
Yes, excuse
Did
me.
you show off your shoes and did you tell who?
She did.
I did show off
She
my
did.
sneakers, and I did give you credit.
She did.
Okay, I'm gonna do it again since you're here. So my shoe, or I should say sneaker game, is compliments of my Nina, because I am not a sneaker girl. I do not wear sneakers. However,
She does. She decides to wear brand new sneakers to do a 5K.
however, yes,
Real smart.
I do get my sneaker game from my Nina. You want to sit down here? Say hello.
No, I'm good.
Say hello. Sit down.
I'm
And
going to bed.
say, but you gotta sit
Already?
down.
Yeah.
She has school tomorrow. She has. Oh, you don't have school tomorrow. You finished
Yeah, I
school.
do. Yay.
Say hello. She doesn't have school. You have school. You have actual classes.
No, I have to go to graduation practice.
So it's not school. There's a difference.
Technically, it's school.
It's not technically school. You're not learning nothing.
But I'm going
She's still going into the school.
She's gonna learn how to
She
walk
gonna
her
learn how
ass.
to walk down the aisle?
She's gonna learn how to walk her ass through the stage. That's another thing. I do curse in front of my daughter.
You
And
curse in front of everybody.
I do.
I don't understand.
I do.
You curse in
I
front of
do.
everybody. Mind
I
you,
do.
didn't she say she was gonna do less of that? 'Cause
No.
It was a new Mia or whatever.
No,
Work
I
in
never said that.
progress, okay?
I-
Work in progress.
I never said that. I said there are times that yes, I can hold my tongue, but there's times that I can't. I throw the F-bomb around all the time, but you know. But there's a lot of things that we don't give our children the freedom to do themselves. For example, they do say, what do? We force our child to eat certain type of foods. We don't give them the free will to eat whatever they want. We force our, right? What do we? Tú tienes que comer. You have to eat. And you have to eat what I cooked,
That's right. Si no, vete con hambre.
right? But why do they have to eat what we cook?
Well, because that was the only thing that
But
was
if they
cooked.
don't like it, if they don't like
They
it,
don't
they don't
like
want to
it,
eat it, they
no
don't eat
coma.
it. They don't want to eat, they don't eat.
Okay, that right.
But we always do this. If you don't eat, you're gonna go to bed early. If you don't eat, you can't watch TV. If you don't eat, you're not gonna be on your phone or on your tablet. Why? Why?
Because I said so.
If they don't want to eat, they don't want to eat.
Because I said so.
'Cause
That's the response that parents give.
I
because
understand.
said so.
But yeah, but this is what I'm saying. And I'm reading this in my boundary book, and I'm like, just Jesus Christ, like, it really, I'm at the age of 49, and I'm reading this shit now. Where the hell was I all these years?
How old are you?
49.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with saying 49.
I never said you did.
Oh, I don't care. I'm 49 years old.
Okay.
Just in case.
Just trying to clarify.
Just in case, 49. If they had a choice, they would eat junk. They would eat junk, and I get that, you know, and I know that as parents, we have an obligation to make sure that our children are eating not only junk food, they're eating healthy food. But again, it's a control factor.
Yeah, what are you drinking? You was just drinking wine. What the hell is that? Water?
This is water.
Water with wine?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to drink and drive? You want to dilute it?
What?
What?
I'm gonna ignore him for like 2 seconds. Our culture values obedience over most other things. Yeah. But again, as parents, that's what we're supposed to do. We choose everything for our child before, or
Because we think we know best.
well, no, because it's called generational lessons, right? And there are times that there are certain things, like one of the things I had growing up. I'm not saying I didn't have a great relationship with my mom, but my mom was very controlling of me. Super controlling. And I know Jay's gonna differ, because Jay's gonna be like, no, I lived with you and your mom is super cool. But Jay, you weren't mom's daughter.
Right.
And you are mom's daughter. Don't get me wrong, Jay. You are mom's daughter, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, it's a different type of relationship.
I ain't say there was something wrong with people in their 40s, Sasha. Jesus Christ.
50 Shades of Grey. But my mom was very, you see, she says no. My mom was, in my opinion, my mom was very controlling. She wanted me to do what she wanted me to do. When I told my mother I was moving out, she was like, you can't move out because A, B, C, and D. And I said, you're going to see me move out. You're going to see me move out. Look, this is my Mama Dukes. And I moved out and I did what I had to do. But I had to move out in order for my mother to respect the fact that I knew what I was doing. Because she felt that every decision I was going to make was not right.
She controls me all the time.
Yeah, because, you know.
She tells me what I should do
No.
on vacation, what I shouldn't do.
Right. You know, but one of the things that I said was that I'm not going to be as controlling with my children. And here it is. I see her now with her grandchildren, and she's not controlling.
No, absolutely, yeah.
If I raise my voice to my daughter, she's like, no le hable así, y no le vayas a dar. What the fuck? You used to scream at me all the time.
And beat your
Yeah,
ass.
beat my ass all the time. And I don't mean beat my ass in a horrible way, but she would hit me. You know, at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, really?
Some of these kids need a good beating.
Nina was going to prom and she's like, okay, if you're drinking, just make sure if you put your drink down, don't pick it back up. And I'm like, first of all, she's not drinking.
She better not.
She's going, right? She better not be drinking. And if she's going to drink, she's going to drink with me.
But she better not.
Yeah, so I was like, Ma, she's going to prom. She's not drinking. But just for her saying that, if it were me or when it was me at that age, she wouldn't even be having a conversation with me about drinking. But of course, things are different now. Things are totally different. Like
kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it all depends on how your whole family structure is and how open you are to listening
Yeah.
to other people. I think that's the most important thing. Like you learn to listen
Right.
more than, hey, this is the way it's supposed to be, and that's it because that's the way I grew up, and that's really not the way. We have to break that cycle.
Right.
Absolutely. So.
Yeah, and for the most part, and this is personal. For the most part, as far as Nina's concerned, Nina has asked, okay, can I get my nose pierced? And I want to say she was 15 years old. I allowed her to get her nose pierced. Last year, she asked if she could get a tattoo, and her dad said, not now, but when you turn 18. I was like, she could have a tattoo. My thing is, I'd rather have my child experience what she wants to experience with me first, as opposed to going out in the street and doing it on a whim or with individuals that are not going to really steer her in the right way.
I told my kids, like, you want to drink? Your first drink is going to be with me.
Absolutely.
You want to smoke? You want to smoke with me.
Absolutely.
Make sure you like it, you don't like it. Make sure it's done in a proper way.
Right.
Because everything can be done with responsibility. And then after that, then you make a decision after that.
Yeah. And I always tell Nina, don't be a follower. And I know it's hard not to be a follower when you're with a group. It's hard, right? But I always tell her, don't be a follower, be a leader. And don't think that because everyone else is doing one thing that you have to do that. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. You have the freedom to be able to say no, and you have the freedom to be able to say, you know what, this is not what I want to do. Don't feel that pressure, because that pressure is really deep. It's really deep, especially nowadays. Like, if you're not wearing the up to par sneakers, if you're not wearing the up to par gear, or if you don't have a modern phone, that has not changed.
Absolutely, because I know when I was growing up, I got made fun of because I was 2 years behind in fashion.
Okay.
So I felt a certain way. I'm like, damn, mommy, you can't hook a brother up, and it still hasn't changed. It's still the same thing. It just becomes more extreme now because I think they take it too far now.
Yeah.
Now they really push those boundaries and limits on how it affects other people.
But it is so true. Both of my kids, Carissa and Kyle, are not drinkers or smokers. They don't even go out. They are homebodies. I never said no to them. Never said no to them, and I always was open. Big difference from the way I grew up. No, and Judy, I agree, because like with Nina, one of the things that I found with Nina, I'm glad
your kids aren't fighters, Judy, like their parents.
Well, with Nina, one of the things that I told her was like, okay, I don't see you socializing, right? Because I'm not saying she should not be introverted. She could be whatever she wants to be. But, at the same token, I'm just like, okay, you need to engage. You need to go out. You need to socialize. Why? Because at her age, where the fuck was I? Hangueando. Yo estaba hangueando. And if I had curfew and I broke curfew, I said, hold on. I'm going to get my ass beat anyway, so I'm going to stay the fuck out later, But, it's crazy how even children don't have the freedom to do what they want to do. Because as parents, we control them.
Well, yeah. I mean, but it's not done maliciously. So
It is not.
The intent is different in that aspect because we're trying to protect them and we see things that we did in our past and we saw our mistakes. So we're trying to then not have their mistakes. But a lot of times we need to allow our kids to make mistakes so they can learn.
But and
Phil.
And here's another thing. College.
The Palladium. I love the Palladium. I love the cages in the Palladium.
College, right? College. Children,
You
in my
gotta go to
high
college.
schoolers, you don't have to go to college.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
my mother told me, "Tiene que
But
ir a la
what happens
universidad."
if you have parents who didn't go to college and who feel that you have this opportunity to go to college? What are parents going to do? They're not going to look at you and say, you know what? Thank you, Mama. They're not going to look at you and say, you know what? You have a talent. You're an artist. You can draw. Why don't you go to a trade school, or why don't you put your artistry to to the test, right? They don't do that. You need to go to college. You need to get a
bottles in here.
You need to get a 4-year degree. You need to, you need to do this. You need to do that. Again, free will. I told Nina the other day, listen, if you don't want to go, you don't have to go.
Free will is programmed out of us from the system of school. The school system programs us not to have free will. We are programmed to go to school, go to high school, go to college, get a job, get married, have kids, and die. That is exactly what we're programmed to do. And that is in the school system where it's initiated at.
Well, touching on that, one of the things that I think that I saw, not that I think that I know that I saw over the past 2 years with COVID, is that there are many individuals that strayed away from their job. Either they strayed away purposefully from their job and put their talent to use, or put their talent to use because they were let go of their job.
Well, human beings do their best when they actually have their backs against the wall. So when they feel what their norm has been threatened, some people actually react in a positive way and take that as that oomph. So hey, I should do this, I should do that. They discover they have talents. We all have talents.
Mm-hmm.
We get stuck in the mundane, and our talents are wasted most of the time.
Yeah.
Les Brown said the most talented place in the world is the cemetery, because so many people with talents died and never used them.
Mm-hmm. Listen, as and here's I'm going to touch on a topic because you said cemetery, right?
You remember playing Manhunt in the cemetery?
I've never played Manhunt in the cemetery.
You remember playing Manhunt in the cemetery?
Yes.
Yes, Manhunt in the cemetery.
Yeah, it's not fun.
And at night.
Fabi's like, Fabi said, can you gotta remember, okay, Fabi's here. Fabi's like, can you please explain?
Yeah, so Manhunt is like a game of tag, basically. So someone's there.
You know how to play tag?
Yeah,
Right.
in a
So,
cemetery?
yeah, but in the cemetery.
You
So
can
it's
fall and run.
yeah, you can.
She said you can fall in una
You
tumba.
can see ghosts
If it's
around
open,
and
yeah.
there. Okay.
So but Manhunt is like you're chasing one's tag, but you gotta hit them, and then they become it, and then you go back and forth.
All right, so I have Miss Noli. Thank you for joining us, Miss Noli. She's on Instagram, and she said, I always tell my girls as a parent, it's my job to direct and teach them to do good and learn life's lessons. I don't mean to control them and make them feel like they can't do what they want to do. I agree. I agree. That's what we're here for. We are supposed to guide our children, but the reality is that our children, when they first of all, I'm all about independent children. Do not give me a needy child, because I'll tell you this, I will shape them up and I will whip their ass to be like, you're gonna fucking be independent. You're gonna wash your ass, you're gonna iron your clothes, you're gonna fucking cook, you're gonna do everything you gotta do, because if I die, I need to know, guess what? You can survive.
Super mega producer,
You can survive. That's me. Nina, listen.
For almost 18 years.
Listen, there's been times that I've gone away and Nina's like, I got Papi, I'm taking care of Papi, I'm making sure he's eating, and and I'm like, yeah, but Nina will come and she'll get the ironing board and she'll iron her stuff, she'll wash her own clothes, she'll cook her own meals.
What she told me this morning, she tells me, oh, you know what you should do? You should make breakfast. Looks at me and says, you should make breakfast. But you know what? I'm going to make breakfast for me. I'm like, word, right? What? You volunteered my services to cook everybody breakfast, but then you're going to make breakfast for yourself.
Yeah, and Noli, and I get it. Yes, we are here to instill and guide our children. But sometimes we have to let our children make some decisions on their own, just so they can face consequences, and they can learn. They can learn, because at the end of the day, we do have individuals that become rebellious. If we tell them no, what they're gonna do? They're gonna do the shit.
They're gonna do the shit. To do the opposite of what being told.
Yeah, but
Don't tell a woman relax. That's the last thing they're gonna do is relax. Hey, relax. Don't tell me to fucking relax.
You get calm down. What did you say?
Wait. But there will come the day where they can do whatever the hell they want, but they need to know there's consequences and everything. Yeah. And that's what I listen. I tell
They
my
need
Nina.
to experience those consequences. That is.
I
very
tell my
imperative.
Nina all the time. You wait for the last minute, or you miss the deadline, or whatever the situation may be. Those are the consequences. Clean this shit up now. Clean it up, because at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not perfect. You know, I'm not perfect because
We all know that.
no. Listen, between Nina and one of the things that I hate about my son, which I love my son to death, so it's not that I hate him, but one of the things I hate
Yeah,
as
be
far
careful
as
with your verbiage.
his attributes is that my son doesn't need me. My son doesn't need me for a damn thing.
Except for the cell phone.
Except for the cell phone, because he said it's a family plan and we're a family, so why should I pay for my own cell phone bill? But one of the things,
Facts.
yeah. I told my son, I said, listen, you know, you could pay your cell phone bill, you know, and you can have your own plan. And he was like, it's a family plan, right, Mom? We have a family plan? Yes, we have a family plan, so we're family, so why I gotta get my own bill? So I do still pay for my son's bill, and I'm not gonna lie, my son he's 28 years old. But other than that, my son does not need me for nothing. Nothing. My son will not call me for anything to be like, I need this, I need that. And sometimes I get angry because I'm like, my son doesn't need me. That hurts me because I'm
But
just
that's
like,
because you did a great
But
job.
you did a good
I
job.
know, but it still
Great
hurts me. Like, and I have to remind him, you know, I'm here for you and whatever you need. And he's like, I don't need anything.
Trust
He-
me, the day that comes that he needs you, he will come.
That's all he needs to know is that when he does need you, you're there.
Yeah, you know.
That's what friends are for.
You got it.
Yeah, and Nina, to some extent, you know, Nina's the same way, you know, but she's the type like, okay, she's like her dad, resolve the issues. I have an issue, resolve the issue. But I school her and I'm like, no, you have to learn how to resolve issues because I'm not going to be here, you know, forever. You know, but free will, right? We have the freedom while we're living to choose how we want to be memorialized when we pass. Right? Recently, there was an incident where I knew someone who wanted to but bury their loved ones, knowing that that person did not want to be buried. That person wanted to be cremated. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, what happens when you want a loved one to be buried because you want to visit them and so forth, even though you can visit them if they're cremated.
Well, we already spoke about funerals. The funerals aren't for the dead; they're for the living.
I had someone, a therapist tell me that at the end of the day, you go to a funeral to pay your respects and to give your support to the family. But, you know, free will, there's times that there are decisions that we make even while in life that are not respected when we're dead, which sucks. You know, hey loves, I'm going to go. Have to set my little one up for bed. I love you, Mia. Countdown is happening. See you next week. I love you, baby. Have a good night. Okay, hugs and kisses and sleep well. Sing it, Nelson. What? Sing it. What? Are you singing?
That's what friends are for. That 80s song.
So yeah, I mean, again, free will is to me it's broad. We can go on and on. At least I can go on and on about free will.
You sure could. Just saying.
He's a motherfucker. You know, and I know that there's some topics that are hard. What time is it? It's 9:08. This motherfucker will be until 10 o'clock because he just likes being on camera. Are you ready to cut it off?
He's talking to you, not to me. He never has to talk to me about it.
You're such a liar.
No, I'm not lying. Those are facts. Those are Judy
Why let them
facts.
go? They be here for 4 hours.
So what's the problem?
There's not enough space. And
What's
or
the
battery
problem?
life.
No. All right. So we're getting the signal from S&P that it's time for us to go. Thank you for joining us tonight.
And it's harder for him to work on the video post-production.
Again, we'll be putting up on Wednesday our topic. We're not going to be live next week unless, hi Lisi, how are you, prima? I love you. Unless Jay's not on, but unless Jay wants to be on, because Jay's going to be here on Sunday.
You can have a guest. You can have a guest.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll come on.
Listen, you got super mega producer.
I have a couple of people from up
She
north.
forgot about you. Huh?
I have a couple of
Oh, shit.
I have a couple of people from up north that are coming up for Memorial Day weekend visiting, so who knows?
Coming down, not coming up. They're coming down. They're north.
Thank you for
said
correcting me.
north.
Thank you for
can't
correcting
come up from
Okay,
north.
thank you for correcting me. You are absolutely 100% right. You feel better about yourself now?
Absolutely. Yeah. I
You feel
gotta
better?
take all the wins I can get.
Oh my God. I just can't with you. I really can't. Stop scratching your hand. That's like horrible.
I'm not
But yeah,
scratching
so
it. I'm playing with my toes.
we may or may not be on Sunday, but I'll let you know because someone is leaving. I didn't give him permission to leave, but he's
I am
leaving.
going to see my baby graduate and walk and get her bachelor's degree.
She got her bachelor's degree. You're just going for the ceremony.
That's why I want to see her walk and get her bachelor's degree.
But she got her bachelor's degree.
No,
already.
she didn't get it. Well, yeah, she did it, but I want to see that paper. I want to see that paper. She's got her sash, her stole already done, and she's going to decorate her whatever you call the cap.
The cap.
You know, she's got her tassel.
Isn't that
so
amazing? It's amazing, right?
She's the first one in our family to get a
That
a
is, like,
bachelor's degree.
super
Bachelor's
amazing.
Degree,
Wow.
Bachelor's degree, yeah.
Wow.
So, you know,
That's admirable.
yeah.
That is very
absolutely.
admirable. No, and congrats if there's anyone out there that has a child graduating either from kindergarten, because that is a milestone.
K to college or whatever it is, and that's it.
What?
K to college. Instead of K to 12, it's K to college.
Kindergarten,
K.
5th grade, you have a stepping up ceremony.
Do you have stepping up ceremonies for every grade now?
No, you do not.
Yes, you do.
Where you seen that?
In New York, they have. Have you not seen?
I've never
people's
seen a step up
feet?
ceremony for
Absolutely.
first, second,
my
third
son
grade.
graduates and goes on to the 3rd grade and the 4th grade.
Yeah, I've
That's what
never
they're
seen that.
supposed to do.
I've never seen that.
Well,
I've
that's-
seen 5th grade is a stepping up ceremony.
Okay.
6th grade in New York is graduation. You have a graduation in 6th
They're
grade.
doing it in all grades now, pretty much.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
That's all.
Thank you so much, Sasha. But congratulations to anyone who does have a child or a family member graduating, period. Right? Period. Just graduating. Kudos to you. Good job. And I hope they keep on, pursuing their dreams and succeeding in life. With that being said, we are out for the night. Am I correct?
I guess so. That's what SMP said. You gotta talk to him. I'm always in accordance with him. He says we gotta go.
Why is he controlling you?
He ain't controlling me. He's pointing at you.
No, he's not
I'm
controlling
in
you.
agreement with him.
I said okay. I said
First
good
of
night.
all-
Say good fucking good
First
night.
of all, I run this shit.
There's no free
Who
will
you
here.
talking to like that?
There's
No
no free
free
will.
You don't have the freedom
There's
to
no free
talk to me
will.
that way.
You know,
It may be your will
start shutting shit down and
and
we
what?
off.
And what?
We
No.
are.
Say good night. I already said good night. Good night to everyone.
night,
Thank you for tuning in.
everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Keep loving, keep laughing, keep living, and all that good shit out there. We'll see you maybe next week, or maybe
You're not gonna see nobody next week.
I can always do that Instagram live and be half and half. Like I'll be on the top screen, you be on the bottom screen, or whatever. Or you listen, you have SMP. We'll figure it out. We could have it. We might not be on Facebook Live, but we could.
We
do
may
Instagram
come. We
Live.
may come by. We may come by poolside.
I may be a guest. Why I can't be a guest here?
Yeah, you gotta talk to her.
We could do.
We're gonna have-
we
no.
can do the marital edition.
Oh!
You saw my face, right?
Yeah,
She
we're
don't-
yeah.
she
Really
don't-
want to talk
she-
about
She
marriage?
don't want to share the spotlight with me. That's what it is.
The marital
The
edition.
marital edition. Toma. Oh, what are we gonna do the weekend after that?
Oh, we got. That's right. The weekend after that. Oh my
We can
God.
still have it, but
The
it'll
weekend.
be,
It's gonna be
it'll
no.
the
The weekend
birthday
after that, we
edition.
have birthday all weekend
It'll be
long.
the birthday
You want to
edition.
do it on your birthday, June 3rd?
We could do it on my birthday, and then go out after.
It's your choice. You have the freedom to say whether you
Yeah,
want to do
let's
it.
do my birthday edition and do the podcast.
We could do that.
Everybody,
Okay.
everybody
Rob,
come
it's
over.
Rob's birthday.
Yeah,
It's the
Rob,
same day.
yeah.
Yeah. We can celebrate your
And
birthday.
then we can go play pool afterwards.
Yeah, we have because that
we go
weekend
play
is
pool.
June 3rd is Nelson, June 4th is Nina, June 5th is my dad.
What?
Yes.
A lot of
You're one of
Geminis
my
here.
best friends.
A lot.
Yeah,
of
huh?
Gemini.
June 6th is one of my best friends.
June 6th is one of your best friends.
Are they here? Oh, okay. They can come and party too.
So
Like todo el mundo, all the Geminis in this bitch.
Oh
By
no.
the way, I'm the only Leo.
no, my mom is a Leo.
My
That's why
daughter's a
you and my
Leo.
mom get along so well,
That's right.
and she
My
has your
daughter's
back
a Leo.
24 hours. I thought we were signing
We
off.
lying, we
Isn't it
really-
time to sign off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Ben is onto something.
Who said that?
The marital edition. I know
Oh,
the marital edition.
Oh, okay.
We could do
That
the
be-
marital edition. I think people would appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right. So good night, y'all. Thank you for tuning in and have a good one. We'll see you soon. Have a great week.
Week? Yeah, week.
Week.
Start week.
Week.
No, you didn't
Goodbye.
do the love, laugh, let me.
I did say it. You